whenever it comes to the Canadian government not listening to the people, because it is true that
majority of them support further mandates, bro. Are you fucking stupid? Are you an idiot? Holy fucking shit! This guy's got brain damage. He's got brain damage, guys.
Blockading something is the most ineffective way to do it ever. I swear to God, if I had to go to work and deal with that shit, I would get the fucking booster shot out of pure spite. Like, I would literally go and do it.
I do have a quick question. Hey, Brittany, do you want to explain why it seems like everyone's channel is getting fucking brigaded with your chat right now? You also want to explain to me, Oh, I don't know. I don't know. It kind of seems like it is your... Hold on. So, we have breaking news.
Whoa, what's happening?
Are you refreshing again?
Welcome, everybody, to the first inaugural episode of the Sondsoyale, a royale show that is using my name. Helped, produced in part by ResWitch. Shout out to ResWitch in chat. All right. And also helped produced by Earthly, who is also going to be on the panel today. So there are their channels right there. I'm going to have everyone go around and introduce themselves here. Alrighty, guys.
The only dissident right that hasn't been banned off of Twitch are the ones that haven't been on it.
All right. So starting with Constrained Chaos. Go ahead and tell us who you are and where we can find you.
Hi, I'm Constrained Chaos, twitch.tv/Constrained Chaos. I don't ever stream, so Rez just invited me kind of last minute here. I like to debate. I like, so.
All right, cool. Introverb?
Hey guys, I'm Introverb, twitch.tv/Introverb. I stream sometimes if I feel like it. I like to go on podcasts, hang out, drink a little whiskey, and sometimes yell.
All right, cool. Stardust?
Hi, I'm Stardust. Infamous platformer of Everybody Problematic. I also run the Chaos Cast every Saturday, in which I make people argue for my own entertainment about really mundane things. And also, I'm always mashing it. We're just always mashing it here. Thanks for having me, Sondsol.
When you say you're mashing it, can you give us a little...
I'm mashing my dick. My fat tuna can dick, Sondsol. You wish you had one.
I can't say that. I'm not jealous. All right, Yas TV.
Hey, my name's Yas TV. I steal catalytic converters for a living. I stream on Twitch almost every day. I do Super Mario 64 speedruns, and every now and then I put on a little political panel. So, not too far to my depth here. I see you got an all-star cast, so I feel great to be a part of it. Thanks for the invite, buddy.
No problem. Wait, you steal catalytic converters?
Just like as a part-time gig.
Okay, it's just a side gig. Okay, gotcha. Earthly, go ahead.
Oh, hi. I'm Earthly. I'm helping produce this show right now. I don't really stream a lot, but I go on a lot of shows and stuff on Twitch. I do a little bit of behind the scenes stuff here and there, and I'm basically just a massive shit poster. But I'm really smart, and every once in a while it just comes out when somebody says some dumb shit. So that's about it.
All right, cool. Critically thinking veteran. Did I say that correctly?
You did.
Oh, cool.
Outstanding. I am critically thinking veteran, the alpha wolf of the wolf pack that I facilitate inside the Infinity Acre Wood, which is my Discord. Well, don't be mad at the branding, bro. You wish you had branding like this.
I like
anyway.
the name a lot.
Yeah. So, we are a community of a wide range of thought. I myself am a constitutional conservative, and I like coming on these panels and talking about whatever it is that people have to talk about. And, every once in a while, get my dick rode, every once in a while. Yeah.
All right, cool. By the way, your gain is like fucking apocalyptically high. I don't know if that's on purpose or, but while you fix that,
better?
Yeah, that was actually significantly
better.
Okay, good.
Okay, Brittany.
Okay. Yeah, I'm Brittany. I host Politically Provoked. We are not on YouTube because a lot of you guys probably reported us. I'm on Twitch. We're not on Politically Provoked on Twitch. It's just going to be Provoked Brittany, so twitch.tv/Provoked Brittany. We're not going to have our show tied to this because we're trying to remain on this platform and you guys don't want that. But our show is still on Odyssey.
Is it possible to do it without throwing all the shade?
No, of course I'm going to do this.
I've invited you onto my goddamn show, and you're gonna come and throw.
I'm reclaiming my time, okay? All right. So after that was rude. See, you guys are seeing what I'm talking about. All these kind of people conspire. Anyways, I am on Odyssey. Our show is on Odyssey, D-Live, Trovo, and we'll hop around from YouTube to YouTube. But Odyssey is where we have our spiciest content because now we have no rules and it gets crazy. So come check out Odyssey, Politically Provoked.
Yep. Brittany loves the racists. Scarfo.
I don't know why I have to go last, but twitch.tv/Scarfo. I do project management consulting in IRL. So what I'm trying to do here on Twitch is figure out what can I find when it comes to research and kind of like actual science of how to grow on Twitch and how to implement that within Twitch streams. So that's what I'm doing here. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no problem. Alrighty. So let's get into our first topic. Let me make sure I have the timer up here. All right, the first
we didn't get
timer.
our topics, by the way. This is all new. Did anybody get topic lists?
No, it's
This is right.
All right. I just want to make sure that.
Yeah, we're all just
We
vibing.
want to make sure there's no more conspiring going on. That was the only
Not, not everything is about you, Brittany, okay?
Oh, no, don't trust anything, all right?
I was literally sitting in a McDonald's
Gotta be
parking lot texting Sondsol topic ideas like 30 minutes ago.
Wow,
so
you invented
topics
the
are pretty
topic
new.
ideas, Earthly. Wow. No.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm cheating.
Like a
I already
metagaming.
know all the right
Metagaming.
answers. And all
Yeah,
the best
when
arguments.
Earthly says things like, yeah, sometimes I just say something really smart, it's because he literally wrote the
He
topic list.
formulated it.
Okay, so
He has a
the
script.
first round will be 15 minutes. At the end of the 15 minutes, we will put a straw poll in my chat. You are more than welcome to copy and paste it into y'all's chat. When you
How long are
are
the polls?
the polls are going to be 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So when the polls happen, your chat is going to vote for who they want to keep on the panel, not for who they want to kick off of the panel. And that's very important. And I'm going to reiterate that multiple times. At the end of the round, whoever gets the most votes will then choose who the bottom two people who between them will leave. So there's a little bit of strategy involved. Okay.
Okay.
So the first topic. Recently, Dr. K, another streamer on this website, has had multiple controversies around him, both around the Ayurvedic medicine that he enjoys talking about, and also about his life coaching / therapy. I'll go around first. Everyone can give like a 30-second little idea of what their opinion is, and then I will start the timer after that. Starting with Constrained Chaos.
Okay. Yeah. So I watched a little bit of Dr. K, not a ton of him, honestly. So I'm not 100% sure on the details from like the medicine, but what I will say is it's a little bit creepy that he does some of these therapy sessions in the public eye. I feel like that's not the right place to be talking and having these public conversations about if you want to make real breakthroughs with people. I feel like some of that stuff is it kind of puts people out there in ways by asking questions in ways that they might not be expecting and puts them in positions to be, more open with an audience than they typically would be. Granted, if you sign up for a show, you know what you're getting into. So I guess at the end of the day, that's the streamer's choice who joins in on that cast.
Okay, Brittany.
Yeah, I don't know who Dr. K is. I think I saw like a brief clip of something. Oh wait, we were talking about Mr. Girl. He put out something. I think the only thing I saw was that he was talking to somebody that said that they were depressed or they had depression, and he was telling that like he doesn't think he has depression, and the guy ended up like, killing himself. That's about all I know about Dr. K.
Okay.
So I say bad.
Okay, I was gonna go counterclockwise, but I'll throw it to Scarfo next.
Yeah, so Dr. K has kind of redid what happened back in the past with Dr. Drew. So Dr. Drew used to have something called Celebrity Rehab, and this was something that they did on TV. So it's the same exact thing. It's the same criticisms that we've heard during that, which is, should we be doing therapy online or in the public eye? I would say it's probably a bad idea to do it, but whether or not he did therapy is kind of up to question. And that's where a lot of the experts kind of come into play of, is it therapy or is it not therapy? But I think there are some additional things that muddy the waters, such as parasocial relationships. We know that happen on Twitch that you should not be engaging with when it comes to whether it's a counselor or a therapist or whoever it may be.
All right. Next, we'll go to Earthly.
So as far as like everything with like the ethics goes, I think it's pretty dicey, and I think there are a lot of reasons that you don't generally want to have these weird, like murky online relationships with people. When it comes to Ayurvedic medicine, that's a very mixed bag to me, because I think that it can sort of augment like the patient-client relationship if you guys can sort of bond about something like that. But I think the second that you start supplementing like actual like tried and trusted therapy with that kind of thing, then I think that becomes much less ethical in my eyes.
All right. Next, Yas TV.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm a huge fan of like prompting people to get open about their trauma. Like, unless it's like, I don't know, really, like, I don't know if I'm a huge fan of them doing that in front of a public eye, such one as like Twitch, that we all know can be like incredibly gruesome. Obviously, this is up to them at the end of the day, but I feel like it could probably be done in a lot more productive way in private. That's just the kind of the way I see it.
All right. Stardust.
Yeah, so I was just talking with Mr. Girl about this, but yeah, it can be hard to kind of understand the boundaries that a professional has to a patient, and the difference between that boundary that a professional has versus what a family member or a friend may have, and the duties that are different for each one of those roles. I think that something that became very evident to me, at least in talking, is that clearly those lines were blurred for even me, and that professionals they do have a certain standard that they have to have when they're taking care of patients, especially ones who are at risk for suicide. When on the topic of Ayurveda, there may be some placebo effects of Ayurveda. There may even be one or two things in there that might actually, help, but that doesn't change the fact that modern day medicine is tested and is practiced in a way that is much more thorough than Ayurveda typically is. People will always pull out it's something that's been around for thousands of years. Yes, sure, it has been, but if you go to India, you can look at all the people who aren't vaccinated and see all the preventable diseases that could have easily been prevented. You can look at all the people who are very sick from things that should be treated because they are scared of modern medicine, and they're scared of not doing anything basically that they're not familiar with. That's my opinion on it. I think that he shouldn't be encouraging Ayurveda as a main way of treating somebody. The main way of treating somebody should be through medicine.
All right, cool. Introvert?
Yeah, so actually, my last job before I started freelancing was at a research institute that studied alternative forms of psychological treatment. And as much as I endorse looking into and coming to actual scientific conclusions about that kind of thing, I don't think it's something that should be practiced in front of a large audience on the internet in an experimental way. I think it honestly provides a huge info security risk. Not only are you affecting the person that you're doing the alternative therapy on, but you're also showing your audience that it is an okay alternative to modern medicine, like Stardust said. And even though I have a lot of issues with modern psychology, the replication crisis, et cetera, it still seems to be more like modernly known to be effective, and I don't think it's great to have an internet personality. I think his like certification, is that questioned? I'm pretty sure I heard something about that.
I heard that he didn't graduate from Harvard, but that he
He
went
graduated
there.
from Tufts. Tufts was
Okay,
the
so
university.
he is certified though. Okay.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And Tufts is a reputable.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Lastly, we're going to throw it over to CTV, see what his opinion is, and then we'll take it into the just open discussion.
No hot take on this.
So, I think it's obvious that Mifa is like the cutest fucking thing on this whole fucking panel. Okay,
Based.
isn't that true, baby? Yeah. This whole Dr. K thing. This is not the type of information that makes its way into right-wing circles. A lot of times as a topic to talk about, right? We're a little bit more concerned with, say, like, what's going on up in Canada, right? And Justin Trudeau declaring martial law
Yeah,
on the
we'll
fucking
get
Canadians.
there, motherfucker. We'll get there, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Can we kick him before we get to that topic?
No, but I will say this here, CTV. Do you think that there should be? Do you think that people that are in a position of, like they have a skill set and they use that skill set to put themselves on a website and give people advice based off of their credentials, that they should be put under extra scrutiny, or that might be another way to reword this.
Online or at an office that's available in your street, right? It's kind of 6 and 1/2 dozen the other. The only difference is the reach to what someone might get, right? So I don't think that it's a bad idea that holding licensed practitioners responsible to the jurisdiction extension of their license, right? Because just because you're licensed in one place doesn't mean that you're licensed in another. So there's a conversation starter there. So specifically, if you're doing something that's kind of outside of the licensing practice for what you're trying to do, then obviously you should be held accountable if you go outside of that.
All right. You guys can go ahead and just go into open conversation, and I'll only step in if it's cacophony.
So I do want to open this up from talking about the certification, because a lot of people push back on, hey, he's lying about going to or getting his degree from Harvard. The problem is you don't do your residency at a school. You have to do it in a hospital. And so the affiliated hospitals that you would go after you get a Harvard degree or whatever degree it is going to be where he works, which is, the MGH, which is a specific hospital that works with Harvard. So for people saying that he's not coming from Harvard and he's lying about his credentials, that's not really the case.
Okay.
When it comes to like the medicine that he's putting out there, just basically holistic medicine. That's what I'm kind of looking up, right? Just holistic medicine. And realistically, though, like, is that a terrible idea? In some cases, I mean, maybe promoting it as a primary treatment in all cases, not a good idea. But if that's the case, that's problematic. But if he's just kind of telling people to branch outside of prescription drugs, which has obviously created a lot of problems in today's society with the addiction issues all over the place in America today, looking outside of it to try to kind of bring your body and spirit together and try to analyze problems outside of just prescribing regular drugs isn't, I don't think it's a terrible thing, and I don't think somebody should be reprimanded for that.
I don't know context on this. Is it that he's trying to prescribe that to people, or is he using it as a supplemental introspective tool in his process?
Supplemental. He's never saying.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He's never saying
it's not
don't
problematic
go get
at all.
Treatment.
Yeah,
don't
no,
go get
that's
medical help. He's just
that's
saying,
fine.
This is something that's supplemental that has helped me when it comes to my Eastern medicine that I do and my Eastern colleagues and kind of what they believe in. So this is also kind of dovetailing it into meditation, into MBSR, which is mindfulness-based stress reduction, which has been shown to be effective when it comes to a lot of comorbidities. So it's kind of like that type of sect that he's tacking on as hey, we know that this isn't necessarily scientific. However, it can be helpful, at least what we've seen in the Eastern side.
you specifically look at his audience and the people that he tends to talk to, from what little I've seen of him, it's gamers, and streamers and people who are indoors a lot of times, probably at a very high risk factor for being, addicted to certain substances and whatnot. So having you kind of branch outside of the standard, you have to prescribe this because this is, this and this, it seems a little bit weird that we would reprimand somebody, or people would try to push back on somebody for telling people to get more in touch with, their meditation, their own mentality, trying to analyze their problems from a different perspective instead of just attacking it with, hardcore medicine.
So
For sure.
I think a
Let me
more
add-
contentious.
I was just going to say, there is the claim that he's made that you can detect COVID with Ayurvedic medicine, which is where a lot of the controversy comes from, where he kind of talks about COVID talks about Ayurveda as something that can help with COVID. So if that helps.
Is there evidence that it doesn't?
I was going to say, I guess it depends on whether he's talking about whether is he trying to use it as a preventative measure, or is he trying to use it as like a way to help you soothe symptoms? It really matters here.
There's a lot of context that needs to be.
So one of the issues is so what they call it in psychology is called a moderating variable. And so what you can say is you might be treating something, however, that might not be the cause. So if you do something like meditation, or you do something like MBSR, that might help the comorbidities for you to not have those issues if you were to contract COVID. So if you de-stress an individual and decrease their blood pressure, you're probably going to have less problems or concerns when it comes to COVID if you have lower blood pressure, because they have found that is a comorbidity.
Right. Yeah.
We're finding
So
most of the deaths are from comorbidities, are we not? I don't know the statistics on it because I don't really care that deeply about COVID as of this point, because it's not that big of a deal anymore, in my opinion. But at the same time, it's
So here's, I think, the more contentious Dr. K topic is how culpable do you feel like he is based on his ethics violations for Reckfield's death? So I feel like that's the thing that even a lot of people who agree that what he does is very unethical, get into it over, is whether or not it's fair to say
you can't put the culp of somebody else's suicide on any other person necessarily.
So
That's not how that works.
Do they have?
No,
Do the
that is a
counselors?
single person's choice.
Is there at any point they have
driving factors, but you make the choice at the end of the day if that's what you want to do.
At any point do these counselors have an obligation to refer them to a clinician, or no?
They always do. So they talk about it, and I think Stardust kind of interviewed Mr. Girl about this, and I don't know if she's listening, but basically what happens if they identify that they absolutely need to see a therapist, they hammer into the person, hey, you need to be making sure to see a therapist. What I would say is the program that he has running is absolutely cringe, and he should not be profiting off of it. But they are, from a counselor perspective, saying, hey, if there is an issue that is a major issue, I feel like there's going to be harm to you or potentially later, they are referring them to a therapist.
Okay. Well, in that case, I don't know. As long as they're doing that, can I hear a compelling argument against it? I don't know.
anyone know if that referral happened? I guess not. I guess no one knows is what I meant.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
I think a lot of the argument for saying that he caused Reckfield's death sort of comes from the fact that a lot of why you're supposed to be very careful with these relationships you set up with patients is because when you're talking about therapy, you're talking about putting them into a very heightened emotional state where they're opening up a lot of stuff that in some cases could almost be healthier for them to just suppress than have a really overblown negative experience with opening up about it and
With a fuck ton of people watching you also. Yeah. I think that's despicable. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's a personal choice though. If you go on there and you have to be prepared that you might be talking about some hard hitting subjects that you have to be cautious about how you answer it. And you always have the option to say, I don't feel comfortable answering that in this setting. If you want to talk it,
I think you have some obligation as a professional to know better and to be no, we're not doing this. I don't care if you want to do this. This is not good for you.
So, and I do want to push back on that, and because we talk about, you know what you're going into whenever you get onto these type of shows or whatever it may be, and I don't think that's necessarily
not maybe all the way, but
well, what I'm saying is that's not necessarily the case, and the reason why is because parasocial relationships is absolutely a thing that is existent here on Twitch. So if you go into a situation saying, "Hey, this is my in," or "This is my way of talking to this individual," and then they expand on it and open up, and you're not ready for it, I mean, that was the other issue of you developing a parasocial relationship that just exist. So I don't know if it's necessarily the case if it's just on the individual.
Do you think
Question of sorry. There's also the question of especially in like early Dr. K times, it was very, very common for a lot of people to lie on Twitch for a lot of reasons. It was like the peak of the like early Austin show days. Everyone was like pretending to go on dates, pretending to do like to have such and such opinions, playing characters. There's like the question of did Reckful know he was going on there like to talk about real shit, or was he going on there to create content? There's the question of whether Dr. K's actions, I think he said something like quite inflammatory to him, and that's what everyone's upset about. I recall that being the case. Was he farming content? So this is a question outside of the scope of like psychology, and should you do psychology on the internet?
Any way you look at it, the answer is going to be yes. I mean, he's live on Twitch, right? Like, if he wasn't farming content, he would have done it like offline, right? Like,
Mr. Girl or the doctor? Sorry, I got a little distracted with a few things, so
Dr. K
needs to get caught up a bit.
And that's one of the things is, in order to get big on Twitch, a lot of it is going to be collaboration. You have a person that's coming to you that's huge on Twitch, and they're saying, "Hey, I want to talk to you about mental health." As a person who just started on a Twitch, as Dr. K did, he's going to take that opportunity a lot of times. So it's difficult because yes, he is cashing on when it comes to that opportunity to grow on Twitch, but it also is kind of bad to do that.
But I guess to Earthly's point, though, when he was trying to pin Reckful on Dr. K, like that, everybody who's talked to, I didn't really watch Reckful, but people that I know who were friends with him that I've watched, I've all said he was troubled, very troubled outside of, it wasn't just one thing that sent him off, and there was nobody who was going to be able to talk him off the ledge. It was.
This is why like addiction counseling and addiction therapy is so dangerous, because 90% of your patients still kill themselves regardless. They still overdose.
Am I to understand that what we have is people choosing to interact with somebody that happens to be learned and practicing in psychology?
Psychiatry.
Psychiatry.
Something like that, yeah.
So we have somebody that's trained in this thing, and then we have people that are willingly going in to have conversations with them, and he's using his experience and knowledge in order to try to help that person.
Yes.
So why is this even a conversation?
Because Sondsol made it a topic.
Oh.
Well,
Wow.
I mean, this has been a topic of discussion on Twitch for like the past.
It's a question of whether or not he's breaking some kind of ethical law, and like,
right? Do
I
you
don't
think
know.
that it's wrong for someone to give someone possibly psychiatric help on?
Are they issuing
Twitch?
prescriptions? Are they writing prescriptions?
No.
Right, but
Okay,
they're not doing it in a clinical setting, right? So like, here's an example.
Well,
So
their
if-
opinion matters just as much as fucking any other person's in this instance, right?
Counter argument.
Not necessarily.
The person receiving the person receiving the advice or whatever you want to call it, right, has to be willing and open to that, right? If they're not, right, then that's where choice matters. So because the person chooses to engage or they choose to take a thing on, that's their choice. I don't feel like that I have a right in removing their or being mad at the person simply because they're trying to communicate, regardless of what their experience is.
Yeah, this is the 4-minute warning before the end of this round and voting begins. All right.
Sure.
I would kind of branch off of that. I'm not about restricting of any freedom of speech. If you shouldn't be restricting their ability or their access to the platform. That's the only counter argument I could see anybody making to this, and that is a not valid argument at the end of the day. So that's why I don't necessarily I don't see what you would do about it. What course of action is there? There's not. Except for people that stop watching him, I guess.
Go ahead, Andrew.
I was going to say, I'm not for censorship, but there should be a lot more, they should make a lot more hedges. There should be a lot more of, people like really actually talking to the person. Like Dr. K, I don't know if he does this now. I don't know if he did it then, but he should reach out and like actually do like, you know, a free consultation, like therapists do, and like get to know this person and kind of like judge whether or not they should be on the show based on his professional opinion before they go on the show. And then also there should be a lot of warnings to the audience. Like
I've talked to some of those people that worked for him to get people onto his show in the past, and they do a vetting process for sure.
Oh no, vetting is different than them actually talking to the therapist who is going to be like exploring their mind live in front of like tens of thousands of people. Those are two totally different things.
So there's a very delicate balance here, and the reason why is because there are a lot of people out there that are not going to see therapists, and they will not see therapists, and the reason why is because there's a stigma about it. So what he's doing is he's trying to help break down those barriers of getting people into therapy and kind of breaking that stigma, which is that advertising sense. But there is also that ethical concern of airing people's lives out on the internet. So what is that supposed to look like, and how are people supposed to model that type of behavior? And it's a difficult question, because are you doing a really good thing by getting more people into therapy, or are you doing more harm because people's lives are out there on the internet?
I'm with you, Scarfo. I'm like, do it, but do it really well. Like, do it better.
Yeah, and that's
I
the
would
problem.
argue
You're
that-
going to have eggs that are cracked, and that's the problem.
Yeah.
I would argue that he does more good than harm, though, overall, because he's reaching these audiences of people who are, you know, shut-ins, maybe not talking to people, maybe not the people he's directly talking to, but through his conversations, he does enlighten people on ways to put their life into perspective, I guess. Based off of who they do watch on Twitch or whatever it is. So I think that overall it ends up bringing people more enlightenment into that therapy, like you were kind of hitting on. So I think, you know, whether or not the people that he has on there are totally, you know, prepared to talk about themselves, I think that's something that maybe could be evaluated. But overall, I think there's a place for it to try to increase mental health as a society, you know, is what his goal is.
Yeah, I feel like one of the best things I could say about like Dr. K and his platform is that he is like kind of a nice foil in some ways to like Jordan Peterson as like the self-help guru daddy guy. But I feel like you could do that without the like live therapy and all the like weird ethics stuff.
Well, and so
I
don't know that I would even put them on the same level. I really wouldn't, because
Is Dr. K still like stream or something?
He still streams, yeah. I wouldn't put them on the same level, honestly. Jordan Peterson is somebody who tours around, who's written books, all of that. Dr. K is somebody who's exclusively to Twitch, you know, and he is not somebody who's taken any political stances on anything. And if anything, he's actually closer aligned with some of the things that Jordan Peterson may say, like his questioning of whether the treatments for COVID are you know, really, you know, effective and things like that. So yeah.
Yeah, and so to kind of piggyback off of kind of like talking about Jordan Peterson and Dr. K is, if we're going to give Dr. K crap about Ayurveda, we need to give crap about Jordan Peterson putting religious text when it comes to his psychology as well. So when he talks about Christianity and the 12 steps to being a man and all these different types of things that are rooted within the Christian or Christianity or whatever it is, that should also be criticized the same amount that we also criticize Ayurveda.
Okay,
of course.
That was
Oh, definitely. I think it is.
Alrighty.
Also,
that was the 15-minute timer. I'm going to drop the
Here it comes,
straw
you guys.
poll. Well, where'd it go? There we go. I'm going to post
sure you
this
type one
into
in
my
chat,
chat.
Brittany.
All right. I'm going to post this into my chat. You guys can copy and paste it from my chat into y'all's chat. Remember, everybody, you vote to keep someone, not to kick them. If you vote for someone that you don't like, you're only keeping them in the show longer. All right, you guys can continue talking.
Did I post a straw poll on 4chan?
Oh, shit.
oh my God.
I don't know what you want out of that. Like, who do you think they're going to vote for?
Put him on B.
Hopefully CTV. Oh, yeah. Let's, okay.
It's got quiet all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Chat, vote for me. I smoke cigs indoors.
Oh my God.
Chat, vote for me. I don't smoke cigs indoors.
Don't vote for Yacht. He's a lizard who plays Mario all day.
It's a weird thing to say.
It is.
Did
It's a weird
anyone
thing to
have any
do.
other type of problems with Dr. K that they wasn't able to bring up?
Yeah. Any final opinions on the Dr. K thing? We have 5 minutes on the timer, so.
No.
So crazy if you could prescribe medicine over the internet.
Well, if we don't have,
I do have something to say.
sure, Stardust, go ahead.
Yeah, so he basically says in a lot of the things that, Western doctors only practice Western medicine. They don't talk about Eastern medicine, and I think that's a load of bullshit. Because it's not Western medicine. It's modern medicine. And modern medicine has had innovations from a variety of different places in the world. It's not all Western. And for him to be calling it just Western medicine seems like it's kind of like you're putting a twist on this that's like that doesn't need to be there. You can differentiate between Ayurveda and other types of alternative medicines, but to call one Western as if it's like some, I don't know, there's an implication there that I really don't like. And there are plenty of doctors in India who see, again, on a daily basis, people who are not vaccinated, who are dying from entirely preventable diseases because they're not vaccinated, or they won't take medications, or they won't see medical professionals for a variety of different reasons. So
I don't know if I want to say that Eastern medicine is worse than Western medicine, because we've also
I'm not saying it's worse.
Well, we've also seen terrible things from Western medicine. So like the opiate crisis. Doctors prescribing opiates to individuals without seeing whether or not they have an addiction in the addiction past, or giving them way too much opiates when it comes to processes they shouldn't be taking opiates for. What they do for doctors is they don't even give them opiates for the actual doctors whenever they have surgeries, because they know how addictive it is. But they have to basically satisfy the patient from a customer service standpoint, and that's Western medicine. We are a customer service Western medicine type deal. Like, we're not actually treating people a lot of times.
Calling it Western is not even accurate. Just call it medicine. Call it modern medicine. Calling it Western puts like the spin on it.
Semantics, but at the same time, you are right, Scarfo. It's a major problem in our healthcare industry where you can't walk out. I don't know. I've gone in there and I have a sniffle and they give me all these drugs, and it's like, I don't need all of that. Realistically, I'll go home. I'll take some cough medicine. I'll be good. I don't really actually need all of those drugs, but they want to satisfy every need because they're so worried about backlash or you not coming back to visit them because they didn't fill that need, and they're lobbied like crazy, basically.
I also
all these drug reps that want to push their product out to you. It's pretty bad. In modern medicine is not always tried and true. Like there's a lot of tactics in play with the doctors.
Certainly there are things to criticize. I just don't like this. I don't like calling it Western medicine because I feel like that like kind of excludes the rest of the world who also practices modern medicine. It kind of like it kind of makes this, it kind of paints this picture that, all these other places are doing these alternative types of medicine. And yeah, they are, but we still recognize like globally that there is a difference between like modern medicine and like things like Ayurveda. So.
Yeah,
it's more about the origins than where it currently exists, though.
Okay, real quick. Moderator here. Hey guys, this is the Sondsoyale. I think that this is a very fun time that we're having thus far. I do have a quick question. Hey, Brittany, do you want to explain why it seems like everyone's channel is getting fucking brigaded with your chat right now? You also want to explain to me. I don't know. It kind of seems like it is your chat, and it also seems like there's some botting going on.
It's not Brittany's chat. It's Dalton. It's Dalton's chat.
Who the fuck is Dalton? Points that round though.
Dalton is on after this too, by the way.
Brittany's just really popular in the Sondsol community. Didn't you know?
Yeah, Twitch loves me.
Okay, who the fuck is Dalton, and why the fuck are they cheating on my podcast?
Hey, how is it cheating? You said we can send out the polls where we want to people that are watching us.
I said to your chat.
Yeah, so some of them came into my chat.
Yeah.
So Sondsol, to be completely fair, there is this person who is like watching, I think, and he's got a larger following. So I think he might be what you're talking about.
Gotcha. Well, this is what I'm going to request. after this round, if I continue to see people come in and use slurs in my chat from the Groypers, I'm just gonna fucking kick you. All right. I'm not going to put my fucking channel at risk. I'm not going to put, everybody else's channel at risk by being exposed to your dumb fuck Nazi brigaders. All right.
Hey,
This is your literal only warning. If they don't fucking stop, you're kicked.
Wait, are you? Who? I'm getting kicked or they're getting kicked?
I'm saying you are going to get kicked if you don't get your people to
I
stop.
have no control over what they do. What the fuck?
Well, I don't know, man. You get them
How
under
is that
control.
my
All right.
You just ban them from your chat if they're spamming. Don't blame me.
Does mean I can't post the.
Oh, so are you going to tell them to stop, or are you going to just say, "Oh
Wait,
no,
guys,
I wash my
slurs.
hands"? Oh no.
I don't think they would listen to
brigading.
Brittany. I don't think they'll listen to Brittany.
Yeah, they don't like listening to women, which, to be fair, is kind of based. But anyways, let's
God
go
damn
ahead.
it, Sondsol.
Sorry.
I mean, what's happening right now, right? It's a fundamental difference between the right and the left, right? The left would say, "Oh, but you should tell them what to do," when the right's like, "Just fucking block them."
And you know what's so funny is like this seems like a
Oh
very
my God!
ridiculous
Don't take
thing
the
to do.
victim narrative. I just want to do Listen, I'm giving you the win on the first round. Okay, you got 209 votes to 19 to the second one. All right,
and that's why you want to kick
I'm
me
like,
off.
wait, so all right, first of all,
Yeah, go
registered
for it.
independent here. Secondly, so the right just like doesn't take responsibility for their shit. Is that what I'm hearing? Is that what I'm hearing right now? Like, guys, come
Take
on.
responsibility for other people's shit.
I'm not getting involved in this one, guys.
Like, all right, so are you guys familiar with causal chains?
No.
I failed
for it.
most
I'll go
science
for it.
classes.
Wait, really quick.
Never heard
We
of
can-
it.
I am familiar with bed chains.
I'm going to this is what I'm gonna do. All right. I don't give a fuck about the votes right now. All right. That's not what I'm worried about. I'm more worried about the brigading in people's chats. Now, let's do this. Now, provoked Brittany, you have won the first round of the Sondsoyale. All right. You've won the first round of the Sondsoyale. Let's get some dramatic music playing behind us.
Yeah.
Who wants to be a millionaire? Music.
Perhaps.
Boom, boom.
Or death music. One of us is gonna die.
Very, very dramatic.
Whatever the music
Brittany.
is for soying out, because I felt like that's what I just witnessed from Sondsol.
Sure. Brittany has received 209 votes. The two people that are up on the chopping block are Earthly and Constrained Chaos. Brittany,
All right. Make
You
your
get to
cases for me, you
choose.
guys. Why should you guys get to stay? Go, Constrained Chaos. You get 1 minute.
Well, I definitely have better opinions than Earthly by a long stretch. That's number one. And, I don't chill out for any reasons. I didn't generate any of these topics, so I'm on a level playing field with you. So I think we can actually generate good
Smart enough for
conversation.
that to matter.
And I've got a varying opinion than I think most people on here.
Yeah, but to be fair, he does collect catalytic converters.
No, that's Yas.
That's
Don't
me,
put me in
dude.
that category.
Oh,
Hey, do you need a hookup? I got a few in the garage.
Brittany, constrained is conservative.
Yeah,
Alright.
moderate.
All right,
He's
so
lying. He's
next,
a lib.
your turn. Make your case.
Hi, America first. Groip on, brother man. I really wish I
Earthly's a
was
Trudeau supporter. That's all you need to know.
Trudeau. No, nah. Trudeau, more like true. No, not true. Fuck. Trudeau bad. I will extract the vaccine back out of my veins if you keep me. I'll get rid of it. I'll become unvaxxed for you. That's all I can offer right now.
Oh my goodness. All right. You guys both made very excellent cases. I think I am going to have to, sorry, Earthly, but I didn't find your little shtick very believable. And I'm gonna have to stick with the guy that's allegedly conservative.
Hell yeah, Brittany. He was patronizing you. Get out of here.
Welcome to
get that.
Constrained.
Alrighty. Earthly, oh fuck, I was gonna let him, wait, hold on, bring him back in here. I was gonna let him fucking shout himself out, motherfuckers.
He doesn't
Earthly,
want it.
Earthly's channel is twitch.tv/YazTV if you want to find him.
Here, I'm going to shout him out in my chat. He's a very cool dude. Everyone should go check him out. I believe he does music as well, but he's on a lot of different podcasts. He's a really cool dude. Everyone go follow him. All right.
My Discord just reset, but yeah, I'm going to go Sondsol myself. I'll see you guys later.
All right. Now,
You're just going to take that Sondsol?
He's going to go Sondsoil himself? I mean, listen, if that's what he's got to do, he's got to do it. All right. Let me see here. Let me get.
Was that an insult?
That's disgusting.
He's gonna go poop himself, right?
I think so.
He's just staying with the theme of the day, all right, which is all about me. All right, our second topic today is going to be the truckers from Canada, or let me title it Canadian truckers. All right.
I'm gonna need a little info on this one.
Yeah, me too. I thought we were just talking about truckers.
Yeah, I'm not Canadian. I don't know.
Ice road truckers.
Shit. Well, okay. So in the past couple of weeks, I want to say like 15 days, there's been a blockade in Ottawa. A bunch of truckers have parked there demanding that the vaccine mandates be lifted from Canada so that they can pass between the U.S. and Canada unrestricted by their vaccination status. They also then went on to demand the lifting of all COVID restrictions, and that was something that they did, which was super cool of them. But the big thing that everyone's upset about right now is that Justin Trudeau has made it to where they can freeze their bank accounts. 1 second. I'm just going to close out chat. Brittany, this is your literal final warning to stop brigading people.
What did I do? I'm not doing anything.
All right.
I have no control over these guys.
It actually is not her. It's actually not her.
To get voted in, so they control me. Like, I can't control them.
And to be fair, Sondsol, Christ is king. So.
I have no idea I'm not even reading what they're saying. It's moving too fast. So
Sondsol, do me a favor and just if you don't have any mods in chat, give me a sword.
I can give you a sword.
Okay.
All right. Because Brittany won the last round, I'll let her give her opinions on this first.
I keep talking about things that I haven't really been paying attention to. I know that I've seen a lot of praise for them who are actually standing up against the vaccine mandates. I mean, but I haven't really been following it too much, so I don't know if that's. Can you what are the topic lists? Can you give them to me so I can maybe have a little bit of
it's in the.
Oh, now it is.
Text chat. No, it's been there since before we started this.
I literally asked you if people got the topics, and
nobody got the topics. It's just that we have them listed there. That's what I'm going off of.
You did not tell me what the topics were.
Nobody knew what the topics were.
I didn't know what the topics were either. So,
so could I do a quick response?
Why don't you circle around and come back to me then?
Okay, I'll start with Stardust.
So can the truckers?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, I support the right for anybody to protest, but when it starts to interfere with emergency vehicles or paramedics, I start to get very uncomfortable with that. Then the next thing that happened, I believe, was the economic. They've been blocking areas that are affecting the country economically, specifically the trade. So I do think that there's a problem there, especially given that I believe it's 85% of the truckers are already vaccinated, and the Canadian Trucking Alliance has already disavowed the truckers that are doing those things. Also, I believe it's 90% of the population of Canada, and I could be wrong on this, but I believe it's 90% from what I last read. They do not agree with the movement, and they are all vaccinated, or a lot of them have at least had one vaccination. So, given that, if it's really this small of a number, I don't see why the entirety of a country should be held economically hostage based off of a very small group of people.
So if I could go next.
Wait, can I have a question really quick? So they are holding it hostage by trying to fight the mandates, though? They're basically
not by fighting the mandates. I think
what are they fighting?
So if they have the right to protest whatever they'd like, right?
Right. What is it that they're exactly doing?
Well, okay, so the specific action that is hurting the country economically is, I believe, they are blocking
I'm
the
not
trade
asking what the
area.
consequences of what they're doing is. I'm asking what is it that they're fighting for right now?
They're against the vaccine mandates, and they're against, I believe, some U.S. policies as well, as far as the border. So I have no problem with them protesting that. It's when the protest itself is
Wait a minute.
economically.
Excuse me, hold on, but that's literally what lefties do all the time. They make sure to hold things hostage.
Hold on, hold it for the. We haven't gotten through all the. Hold on, we haven't gotten through the entire. We haven't even gotten through any of the intros.
I haven't finished. Wait.
There hasn't even been any intros.
Brittany, you can't hold me to the same thing as the entirety of the left. The entirety of the left fucking hates me, just like the entirety of the fucking right hates me. So, I love you too. But there's a lot of people that fucking hate me. If somebody is economically crippling a country, then when the majority of that country does not really care about what they're protesting for, then that poses a problem. It's just like when you see people who don't live in certain cities, who joined riots and ended up burning down police precincts, right? And I was concerned about what happens to those communities, because that's very scary for the people who live there. For all the talk about ACAB, it's the same exact thing. ACAB is probably one of the worst slogans because it scares people who actually live in minority communities more than it encourages them. That's my opinion on this. If anybody is holding a large group hostage or causing incredible damage economically to a group, why are you making comments at me? Sorry.
You're okay.
You threw me off. Okay. So if there's a small group that is holding an entire group of people hostage economically, then I don't know what to say. Something should be done, right?
Maybe not having mandates.
Here, really quick, we haven't given everyone an intro. I'm just gonna
agree with mandates.
Yeah, real quick. I know. I'm just gonna open it up to open discussion. Everyone can fucking talk, because it seems like we're already in that. So fucking go for it.
You can't freeze their fucking bank accounts though. All right. So I totally agree. Yes, love when people protest. Yes, fucking hate when it ruins the entire country economy. But freezing their personal bank accounts.
Would you prefer they send the military in?
That's
no, but I think that there are probably just other ways to solve it.
So there is an issue if they are holding up critical resources. So Stardust was right. If you are holding up EMS services, especially on that roadway,
that for sure.
Paramedics being fucking attacked and stuff. Yeah, and that's a problem.
Oh no, I had no idea about that.
I think I've been pretty consistent on this issue all over, whether it was the protests a couple years ago, the BLM type protests through what's going on now. If you're blocking roadways or infringing on people's rights to get anywhere, that is not the right answer. I agree with their logic. I agree with what they're protesting. I think that they have the
it's the only power that they have, though. That's how you give power to the powerless.
When you infringe on other people's,
they can.
When you infringe on other people's rights and their ability to get to work and make their job or whatever else.
What the hell? That's exactly what fighting against seems like.
Okay, but here's the difference. 90% of the population support those 90% of the population support those, that they disagree with getting rid of all of that, or at least 90% has at least gotten. I have to look again at the statistics, but I believe it's 90% don't really care about what they're protesting, and they really don't agree with that.
The question is, oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. Sorry, no, go ahead.
So the question is, Brittany, I want to ask you, so for your ideals, would you shoot someone yourself? Would you actually
shoot someone? No, I don't like guns, so try something else.
Would you kill them in some capacity, whether it be poison or whatever?
No,
because of your ideals, because of what you believe in. Because this is what is happening.
I don't think my ideals are going to. I think it's a really big leap right there. First of all.
Well, no. So this is what is happening whenever you are cutting out critical infrastructure and you're cutting out the access for.
Well, there's a simple solution to it. Stop with the vaccine mandates. And then I'm pretty sure the truckers will go back. They're really concerned about this.
You're a terrorist?
Yeah. Then you think that like opposing vaccine mandates is the same thing as a terrorist?
So what you're saying is I don't care if I'm clogging up these EMS services that people are dying from, as long as they
Do you know what EMS? Do you know what they're talking about? Do you know what's actually happening here? They're stopping emergency service vehicles from getting to sites of emergencies. People are dying.
I don't know that I buy that aspect of it.
That's not true.
That's
not true. They've been leaving lanes open.
America to Canada. Where is EMS taking you across the border? That doesn't happen.
There's paramedics. So what happened is there have been paramedics who've been attacked, and that's concerning to me because paramedics and other healthcare workers I consider working class people. Getting attacked is a bad thing. Yeah, I think it's
take. Wow.
Oh wow. Yeah. I unlike apparently like majority of the population, I consider a lot of healthcare workers as working class as well. So I just don't think it's fair to be causing. I mean, there have been warnings that have been issued to healthcare workers to not wear scrubs when they're going to work because of the potential for them to get attacked. I think that's an issue. I really do, especially in the climate that we're in with COVID and everything that's going on.
If I could say, like, listen, I definitely agree with people's right to protest, but if I could just say, blockading something is the most ineffective way to do it ever. I swear to God, if I had to go to work and deal with that shit, I would get the fucking booster shot out of pure spite. Like, I would literally go and do it. So, I don't know. Personally, I think it's an ineffective strategy. It's just my take.
It seems to be pretty fucking effective because now it's got the attention of the government. And if you believe in any kind of democracy or republic, then you should believe in a government that is of, by, and for the people.
I will be getting the booster.
That right there.
10% of the people.
Shut the fuck up. I was talking, damn it.
Fine.
It was my fucking time, right? I sit here and be quiet in the fucking room and I listen so y'all can shut the fuck up whenever I start talking.
This reminds me of the holidays.
So if you want to have a government of, by, and for the people, then you should want the government to be paying attention to the people. When you have a significant number of people that are going away from what would be best for them in their best interest, which is continuing to keep trucks moving so that they can make money, and they choose to go park a fucking truck in a city to stop what the fuck is going on in order to get the government's attention, then it's inherent on that government to start fucking paying attention. Not double down, start removing gas cans and fucking wood from truckers out in the middle of a fucking Canadian winter. Give me a fucking break.
Damn, CTV. You would think CTV was one of the truckers. Okay.
We're just okay.
Wait. Sondsol here. Okay, I'm going to throw it to...
It'll be really short.
I'm going to throw it... Okay. Oh, no.
Close up with one question.
Okay, close it.
Does anybody else on this panel possess a commercial driver's license class A, or is it just me?
Can I say something really quick?
Okay, I'm going to throw it to Brittany, then to Stardust, and then to Scarfo.
Okay, so the only thing I actually really worry about with what they are doing is I think that something like this could possibly speed up them being replaced by machines and stuff. I think that that's been coming for a while, and something like this could maybe get them to start to increase on how fast that they can be replaced. So I hope it doesn't backfire on them, but that's my only thing against what they're doing, not about using the power that they have to achieve something that they believe is really important. And a lot of people believe it. It's not just them. There's a lot of people across the world who are really, really opposed. They are literally fine with getting rid of their jobs. They're losing their jobs over this because it's so important to them. So I think that acting like, oh, well, they're terrorists because they're using that power is a bit of an absurd analogy, but all right.
It does not
next is Stardust.
Them with machines. That's actually ridiculous.
Hold on, I threw it to Stardust.
I work in automation. 100% is. I work in automation.
It is not. We'll talk about this. We'll talk about this sometime, but it's not.
I would love to because I do work in that industry. So
go ahead, Stardust.
Okay, so I understand that this is like an emotional issue for a few people here. However, again, I do support the right for people to protest. However, when that comes at the cost of medical workers not being able to wear scrubs to work because they're afraid of getting attacked, that is an issue. When the Canadian Trucking Alliance has stated that most protesters have no connection to trucking, that it brings up a question to me. When we realize that 85% of the truckers have at least one vaccination, that brings up a problem to me. When they're protesting laws in the U.S. that they have no way of getting any result from, it makes me confused. Like, why? So yes, I understand that these are hardworking people who are sacrificing their income. However, there are other working class people who are being directly affected by this, who deserve to be able to go to their jobs as well and do their jobs, which they are already overworked, and they have been overtaxed and overworked and spread very thin for a very long time. And that was far before the pandemic. When the pandemic started, now you see compassion fatigue coming in the healthcare industry. You see people retiring left and right because it is so hard for them. And you see people who I see people commenting every day about how am I supposed to feel any empathy for people who are coming into the emergency room, dying from their pre-existing conditions in combination with COVID, and they didn't get a vaccine. How the fuck am I supposed to feel bad for them? So I mean, yeah, there are a lot of people. I have friends who are who have now PTSD, are seeing therapists for the amount of dead bodies that they've had to see. This is no joke. This is no joke. You have the right to protest, 100%. You have the right to protest. But when that goes against the general population, when that is hindering the movement and hindering the average person to be able to go to work, and the average person who's already dealing with a lot of stress from going to work, if that is going against the general population's overwhelming consensus that they are fine with how things are being done, then yes, there is an issue there.
Okay, Scarfo is going to go next, and then Constrain Chaos.
So I wanted to push back on critical thinking, because he talked about a representative government that's supposed to look out for the majority of their people. But the problem is that group is not the majority. So if you're looking out for the majority of your people, I think Stardust said 90% of the Canadian population were against this movement. And
Let me take a look at the statistic again. I want to make sure, but I'm pretty sure it's an overwhelming majority are fine with it.
If there is an overwhelming majority, the government should be on the side of the people. And so they're not going to just go ahead and cave in to these very small minority group that is trying to come in without vaccinations.
Yeah, but the fact of the matter is, the fact of the matter is, right, is that what we have now found out, because COVID mandates have been being lifted all over the place, what we found out is that this virus was going to go where it was going to go, regardless of anything that we attempted to do as a society, right? So all those that, possibly could have been not getting it, right, from the beginning, right, those that were most at risk, from the start, we're going to end up having an encounter with it because there's no way to stop it, right?
It's not about them not getting it. It's not about them.
The matter is that whenever it comes to the Canadian government not listening to the people, because it is true that 85-90% of the truckers that are involved are vaccinated, and there are vaccinated truckers out there at the scene saying we've had enough of these fucking mandates. And that right there specifically where the communication breaks down. Justin Trudeau does not want to come back off of his fucking high horse, right? Even to where he was at 5-6 years ago, where he said that he was for the people, that you need to be taking a look at things and being more empathetic and yada, yada, yada too. Fuck you. You're going to do what I tell you to do. And if you don't like these fucking mandates, right, you might as well be associated with that motherfucker that was flying the swastika flag. That right there's the fucking problem. He said it in fucking Parliament, and he got his ass fucking owned in Parliament, right? And I say I'm going to roast everybody's fucking ass that even thinks that, that
Ooh, I'm telling
Okay,
you.
next I'm going to throw it really quick.
One sentence
Constrained Chaos has been trying to get in here for a couple of seconds, so I'm going to throw it to him.
This is where I struggle with things because I totally agree with their concept here because the mandates have been ridiculous. They've been drawn out for way too long and they're not effective. At the end of the day, they're not preventing this stuff from happening. The vaccines aren't necessarily preventing people from getting it. They might lessen the symptoms. That's one thing. But at the end of the day, they're not showing like the results that they're forcing these things down people's throats. My problem is, how do a group of people protest that their government doing these heinous acts of restricting people's ability to work, restricting people's ability to go out in public and to go, to the grocery store, to go eat outside. These things that are like human rights, basically, just to move around freely, restricting people from move around freely. How do you get the attention of the government and tell them, hey, what you're doing is really fucked up, without doing something so drastic as to blockade the economic, the economic resources that's funding the government? But in that path, you are impacting people along the way, and that is not a great thing because people can't get access to their job. They can't get around to go to, if they aren't able to get to a hospital, if they need to get to a hospital, those things are very bad. That's why I'm not for blockades. I'm not for anything where your rights are fundamentally infringing on other people's. Like you're infringing on other people's rights, and that
but surely
what you're against.
Surely you can
That's
see
literally what
how
the mandate is,
essentially
though,
what they're
too.
getting is
Yes, they're both bad. They're both bad.
Yeah,
but why
okay,
would you become the problem?
The mandates are the will of the people. The mandates are the will of the people. They are. Majority of Canadians support the mandate. Majority of the Canadians
Wait, did they vote on
support
this?
the mandates.
Yeah, when was that vote? Because what poll are you looking at, and like where was it done? Because there's a lot of things that need to go into that. It's not necessarily the will of the people. I don't think it's even the most. I think that's pretty crazy to say the majority of people support mandates and restricted freedoms. People in power definitely do because it's been a great redistribution of wealth from small businesses and whatnot.
Okay, all right.
To these big businesses like Amazon who are taking off and running with the profits because they can operate fully and freely because they have the lobbyists to kind of make sure they have the pool. It's killing small business. It's killing the lower middle class.
Yeah, so effectively what the protesters are doing is giving the government a taste of their own fucking medicine when it comes to restriction of movement.
Also giving
Do you
people
want
the
the poll? Do you guys want the poll?
We have 45 seconds left in this round, Stardust.
Can you see where that's bad?
The Ipsos poll published Monday and conducted exclusively for Global News showed that 67% want the government to impose further measures on the unvaccinated population, with nearly half, 49% of the respondents blaming the unvaccinated for prolonging the pandemic, now entering its third year.
Bad narratives. That is bad narratives that people are just uneducated then in Canada. That's what that's telling you.
Democracy, though.
Because
bad narratives everywhere. All right, so you can't just go meta here and blame the narrative. Like, we're looking at the object level thing here, right? Also, when it comes to protests,
blaming the unvaccinated. If you just said that
when you're talking about for the fucking people, the majority of them support further mandates, bro. Are you fucking stupid? Are you an idiot? Holy fucking shit! This guy's got brain damage. He's got brain damage, guys. He's got brain damage.
Okay, that's the end of the round.
The statistics show that a majority of the people, whether it's because of a bad narrative or not, want further, they want this.
Chaos, don't you get it for the fucking people, dude? Jesus Christ.
For the people.
Here's
with a poll that
I'm
was
posting hold on. Sondsol talking, motherfuckers. This is my fucking channel. This is my fucking.
Understand your own fucking argument.
I love the energy. All right, but I'm posting the straw poll right now in my chat. All right, remember everyone's chats. You vote for who you want to keep, not who you want to kick. If you vote for someone that you dislike, you're voting for them to stay.
I don't know. I'd say
Constraints I want the people that are right to have representation, not the people that are wrong.
I want the whole people to get a population, get their representation in there. But you're saying you're taking a poll that was done by a news outlet. A small group of people. They probably get what they did.
For the people. You said for the people. You seem to not understand that, bro.
Election on that poll? Was it?
I mean, we can look at other polls.
Yeah. Actually, this is more thorough.
This is for you. I'll find your poll. How about that?
the source of the poll? Actually, this is actually
It may not be
Yeah, I'll
representative sample.
Brittany is so popular in this community, dude. It blows my mind. I didn't know she was so popular in this community. Holy shit. 106 votes.
Immediately got 150.
Kind of a big deal around here. I don't know. Brittany, can you hear me? You just talk to your chat.
Where should I link it?
I said you guys better be nice to the Groypers because if I'm winning, they're going to decide who gets voted off.
Vote me off, Groypers. Do it.
Do you think the Groypers will ever love me? I don't know. I hope so.
Oh, and I
guys
should
know-
shout out Dalton's cozy.tv, Dalton Claude Felton.
I love that. Number one, Brittany has barely said a goddamn word this entire time, right? And she has the fucking brigaders. But also that it was so fucking heated. Y'all know you guys can still talk about the topic. I'm just giving you guys 5 more minutes to do the poll.
I just wanted to be toxic for a little bit. I'm done being toxic now. Thank you.
Ah, please, it was fun. Can you maybe do it for like a
Yeah.
round
Come on,
or
this is
two?
the inaugural. This is the inaugural thing here.
Stardust. I watch your streams. That's why I go. It's great. Do it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Main thing I want to protest is the amount of mayonnaise critically thinking veteran
do we
put
have
on his sandwich.
Do we have
earlier.
Miss
I'm very
CTV
mad.
on the cast right now? This is
Hey, listen, he loves mayonnaise.
I
And
can
it
tell
has
that.
Hey, you have no idea. Go to Subway as mayonnaise on both sides of the bread and in between.
That was an industrial sized mayonnaise jar that he put the half of the thing on his fucking sandwich. Sorry. Besides the point.
Wait, is he worried about getting COVID?
Who? We've already had COVID.
Oh,
to
no.
the mayonnaise.
Oh, no. Okay, well, I'm glad you guys survived.
Yeah, that's why it's hashtag wire women because I give it to him.
Hell yeah. Hashtag why are women and also hashtag what are men. Jeez.
I know, right? Seriously.
I don't want to get in that discussion right now.
Now, what are we? Starfo, what are we? Tell us.
What are men? Jeez.
Oh no. Oh, no.
You're a sophisticated guy. What are men? I'm sure you have something, right?
Again, I apologize for yelling. I apologize for yelling.
That was good discussion.
Why are you apologizing? It was like the
I'm
best
not
part of
gonna
the show.
apologize. I think it was fun.
Not bad.
Wait. Okay. So
We still have
question:
2 minutes and
what are
13
the
seconds until the end of the polling. So go ahead.
what are the restrictions on crossing the U.S. border? Does anyone know?
So right
without a
now,
vaccine,
you can't
right?
cross without a vaccine, but it's both ways. So even if they were
both
to,
ways. Okay.
yeah. So even if they were to get the concession, which I don't think that they're going to get, even if they got the concession, then they would still have to do the exact same thing over here because you're still going to have to get the vaccine to go back into the U.S.
Isn't it stricter to get into Canada than into the U.S. though?
I don't know anything about that. I just know that it's a both way thing. You know.
You
See
need
if
a
I can
PCR test.
Go through the.
You have to have like
Wikipedia
PCR
here.
tests. You have to,
some shit
you
like
have to
that.
have multiple vaccines. I want to say to prove to get across the border. I want to say somebody was telling me that. That's might be wrong.
Ooh. Oh wow. Okay, I'm finding some stuff here, guys. You're gonna like this.
I don't know anything about this. I don't know about truckers in Canada.
I know about Ice Road Truckers. That show's fucking sick, bro. You ever seen it?
No.
It's good.
I would love to talk about that automation thing though a lot more because I do think that this is going to really accelerate that.
Hey, Constraint Chaos, why don't
especially
you
in Detroit.
just stay on topic?
Yeah, dude.
No.
You know, there's a topic that the host presented.
Another one. 2/3 of Canadians support military force to end Ottawa protests.
Ooh, that's a fun
yeah.
stat.
And then another one is, let me see what this is. 3 in 4 Canadians tell convoy protesters go home now. I will link these as well. In Sonsols to that.
I mean, dude. I guess like it's a productive way to get people's attention, but god damn, I hate the protests on the highway shit. I can't get past it. Like I'll never be like, yeah, this is awesome.
There are bad ways of protesting, regardless of you're on the left or right. So like,
Yeah, there are. Yeah.
like when it comes
Without a
to
doubt.
BLM and you're destroying cities, that's bad. When it comes
Yeah,
to
it's
the
like,
right,
I'm
when you're
worried about
destroying
like the rape
that's
kits.
bad.
That's what I'm worried about. Backlog rape
True.
kits.
You said
Days.
rape kit?
The rape kid, yeah. The kids.
I'm so sorry. What are you talking about right now?
What?
They've been
The rape
there's
kits.
lots of places where they're backlogged like crazy.
Oh, back
They don't process them.
Backlog. I see.
Yeah, if you're burning down the police, precinct, then they're going to probably be a little bit more backlogged than usual. So
It's not to be clear. We didn't say rape. Never mind. Never mind. It doesn't matter.
Yas is a rape denier? Is that what we're hearing?
What?
This dude doesn't believe in rape. What? Rape? I've never heard of that. Mythical.
Yeah, so you still pro? No, I'm not gonna.
Okay.
Are you still pro rape?
Okay.
No,
We have the results of the poll. Right now, Brittany has won the second round.
Hey,
All
Brittany
right.
won. Sorry. That's funny to me. I'm sorry. I don't know why that's funny.
By 260
Twitch didn't
votes.
see it coming, y'all.
Oh,
Twitch
man.
hates
Who would
me.
have
You
guessed
guys
when
did
you...
not see this coming.
Yeah, man. Brigading is super
It's
fun.
cool.
Okay,
I
so
didn't do anything.
the two people.
Look, it's not Brittany's fault. I do have
I
to
know.
say.
Hey, can you do like the Raj thing where like you can't decide the poll 2 times in a row? Like, you know what I'm saying? So like Brittany can get it next round, but like I don't know, this one would go to Stardust.
Sure.
You can't
Brittany,
change the rules because I'm doing good in the game.
That's how the Royale. That's how this is the format that we're ripping off's rules. So I mean, I
You guys
think it
keep
makes sense.
changing the rules when Brittany does
well,
well. That if it was one of them.
you're
somebody
not on the
else
chopping block.
this is
You're
the
not on the chopping block.
conspiracy.
I know,
You're safe,
I don't wanna-
Brittany.
Conspiracy.
I wanted to pick who gets to lose.
Well, you can pick that in the next round. All right, Stardust. You have the second most votes. The two people on the chopping block are Constrained Chaos and Scarfo.
Ooh.
Make your cases. Why
We're
should
going to
you
lose
stay?
face and democracy, by the way, from this rigging that's happening right here.
I know it's horrible.
Stardust, make them make cases for themselves. It's funny.
Yeah, make cases for yourselves.
Well, I'm the only one who's been argumentative and actually getting into a discussion, whether that's heated or not. Maybe you don't like that, but I think that's definitely more entertaining to watch. I think
Appreciate
there's.
I also
you know,
did call you
more-
brain dead, and you didn't take offense to it, so you know.
It takes a lot
I do
to offend me.
appreciate that. Okay, good.
Yeah. So I like to really root my my arguments in fact, and I like to make good points. So
It's boring.
when we're talking about like Dr. K and like my background's in psychology, so I think the next topic coming up, which could potentially be stealthing, is something that's kind of in my wheelhouse. So
Is that on the topic list? Stealthing tonight?
All the ones that are in the chat above.
Yeah, I just never looked.
I didn't look either.
I don't know that I can decide, Sondsol. I'm like serially
You have
bad.
to. You have to choose.
Can I
Can't
just
cop
pass
out.
it off to somebody else? Can I just pass?
You want to flip
I need
a coin?
I want to pass it off to somebody else, man. I can't do it.
Brittany.
Pass it off to Yas. You choose.
Yes. Okay. All right. So Constrained Chaos said that you've been arguing, you've been making the points the whole time, you've been kind of like back and forth. That's fine. Scarfo, what do you have?
Literally just said it, but
No, yeah. Go ahead.
okay. So yeah, I think I actually made some pretty good points when it comes to Dr. K because that's kind of in my wheelhouse. I don't know anything about fucking trucking, but the next couple topics coming up, there's things that I can actually talk about. So.
All right. Think of a number 1 through 10. I'm just kidding. I'm gonna kick out Chaos, buddy. Thanks for being here. It was fun.
All right.
Thanks for having me.
Constrained Chaos. Please shout yourself out. Let everyone know where they can find you.
Yeah, if you like discussions and whatnot, you know, you can follow me. You probably won't see anything. I'll be on the Yas TV podcast every once in a while and hope to be back here. But twitch.tv/Constrained Chaos. Thanks for having me here, Sondsol. It's been fun.
Yeah,
Love you,
it's been
pal.
super fun. All right. Catch you later.
Love
buddy.
y'all.
See ya.
All right. And then there were 6.
What the hell? Why was I muted?
You wouldn't shut up. All right.
Unbelievable.
You know, Sondsol, the misogyny that I'm experiencing before my very eyes. Unbelievable.
Wait, are you
Really?
experiencing the misogyny?
No,
I wasn't
I'm
trying to be
seeing the-
misogynistic towards you. I was only trying to be misogynistic toward Brittany.
Yeah.
What, you think I'm not going to
Just
speak
went
up?
over the groin
You think I'm not going to speak up when I see a fellow woman being misogynized? Okay? Sondsol,
Misogynized.
how would you like it if I misogynized you, Sondsol?
It probably wouldn't feel too great,
you
but you
feel?
know what? I have a very thick skin. All right.
Okay.
I believe I didn't get a pick.
I feel like you have
Alright.
very soft skin, Sondsol. I don't know if thick is the word.
Yeah, listen, I exfoliate, all right, but I have some
don't-
calluses, all right?
Okay.
Okay,
You play
let me
bass.
see here. Let me turn off the dramatic music, and let's look at the topic list.
What did you decide on for the dramatic music, by the way? Which one was it?
It was just one that Reswitch sent me. The next one we're going to do is Joe Rogan Spotify.
What the hell can we? I thought we were doing stealthing next. I don't know why.
Well, we can do stealthing if you want. We're not doing it in any order.
Actually, Joe Rogan. I think we can do that.
Joe Rogan,
Like
dude.
like platforming and stuff. That's my
Sure,
wheelhouse.
let's do Joe Rogan. All right.
Okay.
So Joe Rogan recently, as I say recently, sometime last year, the year before, he signed a deal with Spotify. He has his podcast there. It's a very, very large podcast, and he's recently come under fire for hosting people on there that share what some would say is COVID misinformation. This has led to other musical artists leaving that platform as in protest. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start it off with. Let's start off with Introverb. What is your take on this?
So my initial take when I first heard it was I don't really see the bad take. I don't really see the problem. Society is just kind of happening. Like, okay, there's a company, it's a private company, they're allowed to do what they want, and then people are protesting.
Yeah, I mean, kind of basically, yeah. He has people on his podcast that, say that they're like an authority, and people dispute that.
Yeah, no, and then my follow-up take to that is like, once again, I don't know, I'm like the queen of talking about info security, infosec, and I'm like really, really torn on like whether people should be censored for like mismanaging information. And it's kind of a thing that I haven't settled on yet for myself, and I hope to be enlightened through this conversation.
Could I get in here, Sondsol?
Yep, you next.
Okay, sick. So, I think I think this is like an issue. I think like if at any point you're trying to get like any I'm sorry, someone's back. Okay, they were for a sec. If anyone's trying to get their COVID information from the Joe Rogan podcast, I would say you should probably start there as like being your issue. I know he does bring up people that like consider themselves as like experts in the field, and like, yeah, I guess you'd get into like muddy territory there. But for the most part, I think if you're like a person that uses your brain even like 30%, you should not be getting like your factual, informative information from like the Joe Rogan podcast. This guy was a Fear Factor host and like a comedian for like years. I wouldn't call Joe Rogan the authority on all things COVID. That's just all I'll say.
People are drunk with power. They see that like they can just get anybody kicked off if they have wrong think, and they're just using it at every possible turn. And they like, it gets them even drunker when they can get bigger people like the president kicked off of platforms. So I think doing these little things has not been a good thing for any of us. We are living in complete separate worlds now, and yeah, I really like what he said. If you're getting your COVID information from Joe Rogan, then you're the problem.
You're probably an idiot, yeah, for sure.
Okay, start us next.
Yep. I think that people should be able to platform whoever the fuck they want to, and if that's Joe Rogan platforming people that people shouldn't be listening to, the person that you guys should be worried about are the people listening, like not Joe Rogan, okay? He's just doing his job. If I think that I have the right to platform whoever the fuck I want to, I think that definitely Joe Rogan should have the right to platform whoever the fuck he wants to, because he's like a million times more than I'll ever be. And you know, like he's a talented interviewer. I wish he would shut up sometimes when he starts talking. But like, does that mean that like I'm gonna tell him to not have who he wants on there? No. Anybody who's trying to say, oh, we should get together and do a petition to make Joe Rogan not have people on his show, or we should just get Spotify to not have him on anymore, are idiots. So, yeah.
All right. CTV?
Stardust, you're full of shit. Right? And the next time that I hear you talking in a way that makes me even consider that you're not going to be even bigger than Joe Rogan, expect me to smack you across the face, okay? Okay. Now that we got past that shit, I feel like Joe Rogan does a pretty good job of actually trying to bring people into his
space to talk about things that he feels like that they have at least some experience, more than likely licensing, education, etc. And he has a layman's conversation with them and kind of helps break it down for himself, and everyone else is having the conversation happens to be a beneficiary of it if they enjoy the conversation. Like we said earlier, right? Whatever someone takes away from the conversation is inherently on them, right? So this issue right here seems to kind of go back to what you were talking about with Dr. K earlier, right? Like if people want to listen to a conversation and they pull something away from it, that's what's going to happen. And the mainstream media getting down on Joe Rogan is only, right, another exercise, I think, of the people's patience, because I think everybody at this point is really getting tired of this virtue signaling bullshit, right? And that's why you got so many people that's coming out and speaking against it, because it's like, dude's just having a fucking conversation, bro. Why you got to be all up in his business?
Amen.
Can I say something really quick? Because
hold on.
I think it's fun.
You've already had an intro. I'm going to give everyone an intro, and then we can go into open discussion. All right. I think the only person who hasn't is Scarfo, right?
Yeah, we're going, yeah.
Go for it.
So when it comes to Joe Rogan and him putting people on there that he's platforming, there is a problem because he does have a very wide reach of an audience. We can say that free speech is a thing and everybody should be able to have whatever people on and platform whatever it is. But I think Yas is also kind of correct that there's a very specific audience that is going to listen to Rogan, and that's a very specific demographic. But there does happen some legitimacy when it comes to the participants that he does bring on. So from a positive standpoint, we can say legitimacy can happen, such as normalization of like homosexuality in media. So we, back in the 1980s, did not like homosexuality, and public opinion of it was extremely bad. Once it started getting run in ads, now that we're in the 2010s and 2020s, we've become way more accepting of those behaviors because of normalization and the constant impact that we have with people injecting that into conversations. So I think normalization can be good and it can be bad. And I think in this instance, it's probably bad because it is probably going to have some harm. If you have somebody that says, hey, drinking bleach cures COVID, and somebody goes out and drinks bleach and dies,
that's it.
Then that is a normalization of behavior that has been predicated based off of that wide reach of the audience.
I agree.
Really quickly, I mean, I think we constantly hear from the left that anytime you don't like something, when, right-wingers have complaints about a lot of the LGBT stuff that is being pushed onto people, all you ever hear, and the fact there's like no escape from it, you hear, well, just change the channel. Yet when it comes to stuff that they don't like, it's like we just have to get them completely deplatformed. So I think this is constant freaking hypocrisy when it comes to who we get to platform, who has right think, and if we don't, then they just they
you don't think we're right?
We hold all the power. So
you don't think the right has ever tried to deplatform people?
They're the ones getting deplatformed. What do you mean?
Yeah, right now, like in the current point in the zeitgeist.
The current phase of deplatforming is perpetuated by more left-wing people. But the right wing has been guilty of like lots of deplatforming, actually.
100%. Like, I don't know. We can look at someone like as relevant as like Mr. Curl right now. That guy got his fucking YouTube banned. Like, and you can debate whether or not that's like for a good reason or not. But literally, like, there's a lot of people that get deplatformed on the left. It's not just the right.
So one of the issues is we also need to talk about the severity of the message. So if we're going out there saying,
are you going to tell me when? Are you going to tell me when that happened? When somebody said drink bleach?
Me to you right now.
Yeah, Scarfo, you said it. You said it, so like I'm curious.
Yeah,
Who said that and when?
Go find some stuff, sure. But
I mean, if you're going to say a thing, then you should be able to back it up, right?
It says bleach.
I don't think it has to be.
You just say things and don't back it up.
No, I don't think it has to be bleach. I think he's using it as an example. Maybe hydroxychloroquine could be like a better example. Sure.
Whatever it may be.
Purely hypothetical.
Yeah, if you have a negative impact on someone's health and somebody dies because of it, that's probably different than pushing LGBTQ agendas down somebody's throat, because that doesn't kill another person.
Sure.
So there's a different severity when it comes to platforming individuals and the amount of harm that comes from that.
Provoked Justin says Mr. Girl is an admitted pedophile. It's equatable to being a murderer. Is Mr. Girl a admitted pedophile? I don't know.
No, he made it. He's made 2 songs that people always cite. One of them is "I'm a P word," and then the other one's "I kill P words." So
Can we not say pedophile on Twitch?
I don't like to say the word, but other people can say it.
I'm not being inflammatory, like pushy at all. Why do you not say it? I'm just curious why.
I personally don't like to say it because I feel like it's just like the word fascist or like the word Nazi. When everybody starts saying that word, it means nothing. Yeah. So I get it. Really use words when we're 100% sure on somebody.
That's fair. I get that. People don't even know what fascist means.
They don't. They don't.
Do you guys think that normalization is a thing?
Yeah. Oh, fucking absolutely. Yeah.
Well, and that's specifically, I think the deniers are probably CCTV and Brittany.
Let me know when that person shows up.
It's not CCTV. It's not like a security system.
Is it not CTV?
No, it's CTV.
I know when you see me, you think security, right? You think somebody that'll whoop my ass. I get it, all right? I get it, but dude, if you're safe in your own home right now, okay? You don't have anything to worry about.
What do you think about normalization? Do you think it's a thing, CTV?
Obviously, it's a thing.
Okay, so do you think that putting somebody down a very dangerous path that could be dangerous for other people, do you think that could be a potential problem?
I think that the person that's getting put down the path got to make a choice along the way as to whether or not they were going to be walking down this path, unless, of course, it's against their will. And then if it's against their will, then that's probably against the law. Wouldn't you agree?
No, not necessarily. So let's say we say that a specific race is less human than another race, right? And then
who's saying that?
He's doing a hypothetical. No one's saying that.
He doesn't know how to follow these types of things.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I know how to follow it. It's just that I'm not letting you go into the realm of hypothetical, right? Whenever
it's like an extremely useful tool in talking about literally anything. It's a reasoning tool.
I literally gave you an exact
CTV, come on, you're a big dog. You can definitely indulge in hypotheticals.
You can handle this. You can handle this.
Come on, man.
Oh, I see. So then everybody else in the room gets to tell me what's good for me. This is exactly what's wrong.
So what you're saying?
You're just telling me what's good for me. The fact of the matter is,
just so I know going forward, so CTV doesn't do hypotheticals.
No, we do hypotheticals, but we don't do hypotheticals whenever it's obvious at the conclusion of them it's going to be complete bullshit.
Okay, I won't give you.
How do you even know the conclusion yet?
So I won't give you a hypothetical.
I'll let you know about how good my intuition is, huh?
Okay, all right, Scarpo.
Are you a fortune teller? I know this guy who reads like the future for people on Twitch.
I'll just say that Avery's got some talent. Okay.
So when you tell a large group of people that African American communities have lower intelligence and lower IQ because of the eugenics that has happened, that is probably something that's damaging to the community, right?
Wait, hold on. Right? Yeah, Django just called. They want their dumbass argument back, okay?
How is that a dumbass argument? That we are literally talking about normalization.
No, you're saying that... Jesus Christ, dude.
That is the concept of normalization.
You're killing me. Django wants the argument back. Okay.
So I gave you a negative. I gave you a negative version, and I gave you a positive version.
I saw Leonardo DiCaprio, right? He smashed his skull on the fucking table, right? He's making his fucking point, right? Obviously, we've moved way past there. So when you ask me the fucking question, is normalization a thing? Then guess what? I already said it's a fucking thing. I don't need you to give me some dumbass example that I can cite to a fucking movie in order to say that there's a fucking thing. So
hey, hold on.
I have a question.
Can I say something first? CTV, do you think you may have put too much mayonnaise on that roast beef sandwich?
His BP is pretty high.
Do you think there was maybe too much mayo on that one? It's kind of a lot.
And his soda. Okay, hold on. I'm throwing it over to Stardust.
Guys, I have a very serious question, okay? Why the fuck are all three of you wearing sunglasses inside at nighttime? What's going on here?
Eye issues.
Did you guys coordinate outfits?
I'm blind.
Another time where three grown men called each other before a panel and decided to coordinate outfits. Good job, guys.
I don't like to be a
They left us out because we're women.
Just Stardust, let's be fair, right? I've been setting this trend for a while. Obviously, these guys are just, jumping on board the CTV train. Okay?
You know what? Fair enough. These two over here, they're coordinating their outfits, both wearing sunglasses inside, and you know what? They're just riding your dick, CTV.
Well, I don't know. Stardust, why don't you go back to every VOD that I have? I'm always wearing sunglasses.
Oh, you're always wearing sunglasses inside in the middle of the night? Okay.
I want to be clear. I will do the one time I'll support. This is true. I've never seen Scarfo in my 2 years of knowing him without sunglasses, to be very fair here. Now I'm doing it as a gag, but he's actually wearing sunglasses.
You know, it's okay. I'm sorry. I was just trying to lighten the mood. Sorry.
It was good. I liked
Does
it.
anyone? Okay. Anybody else have anything to say about Joe Rogan? Because we can move on to another topic while we.
Do move on to another topic, but I will say, as the kind of final point, we did say that normalization is a thing, and normalization of bad behaviors or bad things can be a negative potential. And so, platforming people that have very harmful things that they're putting towards their people, such as drinking bleach as a hypothetical, could be things that you have to moderate some type of position like that.
Also, closing statement: trained by day, Joe Rogan podcast by night. Go ahead, Sondsol. It's your show, baby.
Yeah, well, we have only 20 seconds left in this, so I'm gonna let me get the link for the next straw poll real quick, and we will start the 5-minute timer for that, and we'll move on to stealthing discourse. So,
Stardust, what is your problem with sunglasses?
oh, well, you guys can talk about sunglasses first.
I have a relevant topic to the topic. Good question. I actually kind of know what CTV and Brittany's takes are on what should be done instead of like people protesting. Like, okay, what do you think should be done about normalization and disinformation? Specifically coming from Joe Rogan.
Okay, no, I think that you need to have both sides, first of all, being able to give their opinions. My opinion, I think it would be a good thing to have both sides on big shows as well, and you can make a decision listening to each side. But I don't think that you should be booting people off of these social media platforms. We got booted off of YouTube because we had certain people that were on that lefties did not want to have a voice.
Who was it?
So,
Who?
Just people with the wrong think. And so we weren't allowed to hold on to our channel because lefties, I mean, they'd been threatening it for a very long time that they were going to report us. And I mean, they finally did win. We did get booted off of YouTube, and it sucks. But
what about when people from wait, hold on. What about when people from your community or your political aisle try to get me banned?
Wait, who's trying to get you banned?
Just the groiper who's sandbagging your entire existence right now on the show. There's people, a mod in fact, in his chat who is saying that they should report me for hate speech. Kind of fucking weird. I'm getting some screen caps about that.
Yeah, I have no idea about all that. That's not my thing. So I don't believe people should get banned. I don't support anybody getting banned. But I mean, there's probably a little bit of bitterness that people are doing. I don't think that they actually have any kind of real power that they could get you banned. I think that might be like.
So the groipers don't have the ability to get me banned, but they do have the ability to get you banned. Why is that?
No, it wasn't the groipers that were reporting me. Where's the poll, by the way? All of a sudden,
I'm sorry, I was making it.
Okay.
Listen, I'm not saying I agree with his take at all, but like, what is your opinion on Italians?
Oh, fuck them.
Okay, got it. That's solid. That's all I wanted.
I posted it in my chat. I'm posting it in Stardust chat now.
Wow, posting it in other people's chat. You wouldn't post in my chat.
Well, I'm doing it now.
I think your chat's covered.
I posted my Toontown.
Sondsol, I don't think you should take it as an insult. I think they like you.
I know they love me. It's because I'm so pretty.
Well, no, I wish I had hair like yours. So
it is.
It doesn't matter how pretty you are. You're never going to be Zelda cute. Okay.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about the video game character first.
Zelda.
That's the dog.
Yeah, this is Zelda right here.
What's your solution? What is it, introverb? What are you in favor of deplatforming?
So yeah, no, like I said at the beginning of the conversation, and I honestly wish we had gotten more into this. I would have found it like really enlightening, probably, with all the different sides like represented as well as they are here. I have no fucking clue. Like, I think it's an actual hard problem. I think deplatforming is wrong. Yes, in just a second. I think deplatforming is wrong, and I also think that like spread of information that like is harmful to people is wrong, and I think it's literally just a hard problem. What's up, yes?
I think that platforming shitty people can be productive, especially with like the right people doing it, because you're able to like in real time show people why their beliefs are dog shit. I think this can be very productive.
You should let never mind.
I think there's a lot of people you can platform, and like sometimes it's like again a slippery slope because like some people can fall down a rabbit hole and like maybe
people to counter those rabbit holes. I think the issue is a lot of people think that they don't have the arguments, maybe because there's some truth to some of the things that are being told, and they don't have the antidote to it because there isn't really one, and so they'd rather live in this like fairy tale world.
If we
can just say what we wish the world would be like instead of
Wait, hold on, Brittany. I disagree. I think if there is if someone is saying something dog shit and stupid and doesn't have any merit, there's always an anecdote or an anecdote. Sorry,
that's not what a lot of people are getting deplatformed for. A lot of people are getting deplatformed for other stuff that's not.
They're getting deplatformed because a lot of other people are coming to the consensus that maybe, not even like definitely, they're just saying definitely because they have to like back themselves up, but maybe the information that they're conveying is more harmful than it is good.
Sonsoy, where's this poll, baby?
I posted it in my chat like fucking 40 times. I posted it in Stardust chat as well. Here.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh,
here's the solution. If people are saying stupid stuff,
okay. Also, just so y'all know, we have another 1 minute and 30 seconds left in the poll. Remember to kick, not keep. Oh wait, no, keep, not kick.
No, keep, not kick.
Yeah, sorry, fuck, I said it backwards.
Yeah.
All right, keep, not kick. No. Mm-hmm. All right, sorry, I was interrupting you.
Right, this is my pick. I decide.
Okay, don't worry about it. I'll just be quiet.
Dude, can you start being mean to people again, Stardust? That was really fun.
I need to ask the Grapers who.
It's actually awesome when you get toxic. It's one of my favorite things on the internet.
Oh, thank you. That's so nice. I never know how people are gonna take it when I do that. You know.
How much hate do you actually get? Because I feel like I hear you talking like, God, people hate me. A lot of people are like shitting on me. Like, how bad is it actually for you?
It's pretty bad.
Pretty bad. Yeah. Didn't Ethan or Ralph say something about you or something?
Ethan, Ralph, and I are chill now. We got into a pretty big fight. I think he's fighting with a lot of my friends right now, though. But I try to. I don't know. I let them kind of handle it unless they need help.
Backup. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Him and I are pretty chill, so yeah.
Well, I think it's dumb to get a lot of hate for like people you platform, as long as you're doing it in a responsible way. Also,
I think even you can't really get experience talking to people who are really good at talking unless you talk to them and fail miserably. And I'm willing to fail miserably and get publicly humiliated and get back up and do it again. So
do you also get?
All right.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Sondsol can go. Yeah.
All right. The results are in. Let me refresh the page. All right. So Brittany is, of course, coming first with the help of the outside votes.
No, it's because I posted.
I've been shoved to the outside in general, so that's where I come from now.
No, I posted the poll on 4chan. They naturally flocked to her.
Yeah, it makes sense. Next was Stardust, and third was CTV, but two people are about to be kicked.
You should totally refresh that again.
Refresh
the results. CTV is ahead of Stardust now.
Oh shit! Look at that. CTV second. All right, but two people must be voted, two people are on the chopping block to be kicked.
And I get a pick.
You get to pick.
Yay!
The two people on the chopping block are Introverb and Scarfo.
No.
Okay, so let's see. Make your cases, Introverb. Why should we keep you? Make your cases to the Groypers. They're the ones who are picking.
Honestly, I'm pretty fucking open-minded. I feel like, sorry, Scarfo, you're my bud, but I honestly feel like Scarfo has his mind made up about most things. He is very informative, yes. He's wearing sunglasses, yes, but I think that I'm more of a catalyst to further discussion than Scarfo could be.
You want to know why that's wrong?
Let's hear it.
Why? Wait. Can I? All right. Why is it wrong? And then
No, wait. Finish your thing if you have more to say.
I get a response. No. Why is it wrong? And then I get a response. What's up?
Introversa is a leftist cuck. That's all she's known for.
Why the fuck? No, shut the fuck up. You all think I'm a leftist because of my haircut and my tattoos? Fuck yourself. Fuck yourself.
In the middle.
There are
I
plenty of
struggle on
conservatives who
both
look like
sides.
her. There are plenty of conservatives who look like her.
But I would
No,
never
I'm not saying you're conservative either. I'm just saying.
I know. I'm just saying. Scarfo knows. Scarfo knows that they call me Ellen DeGenerate. He knows.
No, she
Stop it.
went into think tanks for fucking liberal people. Like she is liberal.
It was an independent. It was a bipartisan think tank. It wasn't even an independent. It was a bipartisan think tank.
liberal
Holy
cuck
shit!
would say.
Just because it was in California. Just because, God forbid, I live in California and work
Look
in
at those
think tank.
tattoos. Yeah, you think she's Christian?
Actually, 70 times 7. How many times should I forgive my neighbor?
Dude, I
Not
sucked a
7.
dick last
70
year. I'm
times
still
fucking
Christian.
7. Motherfucker Bible tattoo.
I'm just saying.
Hold on. So we have breaking news.
Whoa,
What?
what's happening?
Are we refreshing again?
Brittany got removed? Yeah.
So,
Okay.
because of some outside information, I keep on getting some really upsetting screen caps. All right.
Yeah. So Brittany is done. Are we still doing
That
the removal?
no. Fuck her. All right, you guys
Who
are
do I have
safe.
to suck up to now?
All right, everyone's safe, guys. Everyone's safe.
I have
Next
to suck up
round.
to the Quakers
because
anymore
fuck
because that
that
was
shit.
awful.
We kept on getting
God.
screen caps of. We kept on getting screen caps of pretty fucking disgusting things that they were saying about the other contestants. They were they were fucking.
Did she say
building
anything
her
about
up.
me, Sondsol?
I think they called you ass TV.
Okay,
But-
that's based.
I gave her in DMs fucking 4 warnings to get her chat under control and stop saying
How did I just end up
threats.
getting kicked off?
Why the fuck are you back here?
Why did I just get kicked off?
Brittany, you are the weakest link.
What
Goodbye.
is happening?
It's too powerful.
Seems very, very ironic timing.
Got her.
Irony is very
Brittany's-
fun.
So Brittany's done for. Now we're going on this stealthing.
Yeah. Just for the record, I don't like it when people fucking have their chats threatening the other contestants. I don't like it when there's a lot of people that are fucking conspiring to get specific people kicked off of the panel. That shit's kind of not fucking cool.
Okay, she's back.
Why do you keep kicking me off?
Because you're fucking off. Why? How the fuck are you still getting in here? Get the fuck out.
You gotta remove her perms.
Rules. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I just kicked her from the fucking Discord because she's being annoying.
Yeah,
And
there
it's
you
just a
go.
bad connection. Keep trying.
Now,
True. Yep. Okay.
yeah.
So
We're safe. We're going to move on to. Let me turn off the epic music that's going on in the background. Holy fucking shit. So, next topic is going to be the stealthing discourse. So a couple 2-3 weeks ago, there was a tweet that was circulating around because of Mind Waves TV of a girl who had a unpleasant experience with a guy who sexually assaulted her by taking off the condom while they were having sex after having established that they were going to use the condom. I'm just going to leave it at that. Give me your thoughts on that. Is stealthing rape? Is it ever acceptable? Should we say that if you're not able to tell people to put the condom back on, are you now, if you're not able to do that, should you be able to, engage in casual sex? I'll throw it to Yas since he seems to be chomping at the bit.
So, what it seems to be the case, at least in my eyes, I think would be more reasonable is like if you've already made like a pre-established idea that you're wearing a condom, like during sex, or like you kind of have to like. I don't even know in my mind if it's okay to even in the moment like try to like negotiate that. I kind of think in a way it is somewhat manipulative, and I don't know. I think it does kind of leave a bad taste in my mouth. I think in the beginning, if you decide like, hey, we're gonna use a condom, you should probably just hold true to that.
Wow,
That would be my
Yas
take.
is huge soy boy. What a disgusting take. No, I'm just kidding. I think most people on this platform are going to say
probably agree with that. Yeah, I think that's probably the baseline take. If anyone has anything to disagree with it, I'd be interested to hear it. But like that'd probably be my.
I think your take is actually really fucking weak ass. It's absolutely rape. It is 110% rape. It is a sexual encounter that was not agreed upon by both parties. There was no consent to that. It's rape. Like the end. It's black and white.
That's what I'm saying. It's like sexual.
Yeah, no, you're like, I don't know. It's kind of skeevy.
It's sexual manipulation at the end of the day. So like, it's probably
Just
not.
say it. Say it's rape.
Okay, sure. It's a rape. It's a
Cool.
It's,
All right. Yeah, I agree.
All right.
I don't know. I feel like that. You know what? He's laying there with a fucking hard dick. You know, why not just go ahead and slip it off of him and then just slide back in, right? Why not?
buddy.
That's if that.
Oh, I love you. You got a friend in me, CTV, but that is a terrible take.
Wait, the girl does that or the guy does
Fucking
that?
take ain't even done, asshole.
Wait, do what?
Exactly. That's what happens whenever you open your mouth prematurely,
You
right? There's
yelled.
another
You were
example of
incoherent.
activity.
It's not my fault. You were incoherent. I apologize.
Oh, it's fucking opening statement. Shut the fuck up.
CTV, I would like if you lowered your voice.
I know you'd like it, but that doesn't mean it's gonna happen.
Okay, got
Jesus.
it.
Stardust, have you had an intro yet?
I don't
Everyone,
think so.
yeah. Okay, I'm gonna throw
Wow,
it. Did you not get to do it? Sorry, I'm dealing
No,
with
I
like.
got fucking interrupted the whole time.
Sorry, Betty. I'm getting fucking brigaded on my fucking Discord and in my chat. Give me like a fucking little bit of a break. Go for it, buddy.
Yeah,
I'm trying to, Sondsol, but when you got ass TV over here.
Okay, there it is.
It's fine.
CTV, more like PTV. You remind me of piss.
You know what?
Fucking
You know what?
base.
Now
There you
you're
go.
muted. Now you're muted. Ass.
I'm muting you too, dude.
Ass.
No, you're muted.
See it? Now shut the fuck up, both of you. Jesus fucking Christ. CTV, go.
Now, here's the take. Obviously, there needs to be 100% consent during a time as intimate as sexual intercourse. If there's not, we got a fucking word for that. It's called she's a gold digger and she's just trying to have your baby. Okay? Now, we're good from there.
All right. Stardust is next.
Okay, so are we talking specifically about that scenario or just in general about stealthing?
Probably just in general about something, but you can bring up the original take if you want.
Yeah,
to add to
the
context.
original take, I would say, if you notice somebody is taking it off, if you have the chance to notice it, you should say something. That person does not deserve to be in the room with you. It's time for them to get out. If they can't, if you've already discussed it beforehand that you're going to use protection and they decide that they're going to try and take it off midway, time for them to go. I think that just like a person taking off a condom in the middle, for example, a woman saying that she's on birth control, but when she really isn't, I think that's deceptive at the very least. And if it is, so it's hard to talk about this because like there are different levels of rape, right? And it's a very hard discussion to have. So obviously there's like the typical rape that we typically know of, right? Which is like an actual violent act, right? Where somebody's forcibly penetrating you in some way against your will. There's also deceptive intercourse, which I think is at the very least sexual assault. So,
I have a question.
Yeah.
So we're talking about misconception, or I guess kind of misdirecting people and kind of like their expectations of what happens in sex.
Yeah.
Do you think it'd be bad if I did anti-stealthing and did sheathing, where we were raw dogging it and I slipped on a condom without her knowing?
I don't know how to answer that question.
How could that be bad to the other party? Like, how does that hurt
Maybe
the other
they're
party?
allergic to latex.
Okay, that's the one situation.
No. Okay, that's not the one situation. The point is, when people are going into sex, it is an intimate activity. just as CTV said, it's an intimate activity, and you're kind of like you're being extremely vulnerable in that. And when something happens that goes against your expectations and against your trust for the other person, it is potentially traumatizing, no matter how small it is.
You think that deciding midway through sex that you want to use a condom, probably because you like want to risk like getting someone pregnant, do you think that that is like a invasions of someone's boundaries and or their expectations? I don't know if that's a bad thing. Who had
the idea?
Okay.
I just wonder, you're going to love this. Who had the idea?
It was a meme idea. Was it anti-stealth?
Was it Scarfo or Yes? Who was it?
It was Scarfo.
Scarfo originally?
Scarfo had the idea, right? So the only reason why I can think that somebody would do that is if they had a smaller penis and they were trying to thicken up. Okay, that's not it.
That is fair.
That layer is gonna do wonders.
And like I don't necessarily think the anti-stealthing thing like has as much of an effect as stealthing. Obviously, that's why it was a meme question. But I do think that anything that can break your trust and expectation of another person in a like situation that requires as much consent as that is like I would consider that rape.
So, and I want to go back to Stardust and actually kind of answer her and kind of talk about, there are some instances where girls have been through sexual assaults and they've said something, right? And then so they said, hey, I'm not comfortable with this, and they did it anyway. And so they've kind of learned that this learned helplessness that, hey, maybe I don't say something in this because I don't want it to turn into a situation I can't get myself out of.
100%.
Yeah.
So
go
ahead. Sorry.
No, and that's just to kind of say it's not the problem of the individual saying stop. It's the guy or the girl taking advantage of the individual of not saying stop.
Sure, I can see that, and I'm not somebody to downplay like sexual assault and the way that women are socialized. If anything, I completely understand as somebody who's been socialized to be submissive and kind of just sit down and take it. But that's why I always advocate that we need to attack this from multiple methods. Saying that men need to be better is not the only method that we can use. We need to use also the method of advising women in certain social situations, although it shouldn't be this way. The world should not be this way. This is the world that we live in, and the world that we live in, it is better for you to advocate for yourself, even if there is this chance that somebody is going to do it anyways. You at least have then the fact that you said, that you were not for that later on to protect yourself or pursue action, right? And there as much as I hate it, as much as I would love to be able to tell any girl younger than me that you should be able to go and go to any guy's house and not be worried about him taking advantage of you, being there by yourself with him. I can't in good conscience say that, because I feel like I'm creating the variables for future rapes to happen if I do that.
I agree. I think I agree. In the long term, establishing your boundaries probably will lead to less crazy shit happening. I would agree with that. But at the same time, I guess the counter would be I guess some women are afraid that if they establish those boundaries, that it may end up resulting in some kind of weird violence. And that's, I guess, the one counter, right?
Unfortunate. That is something that happens. But when you are operating in that environment, especially in the way that hookup culture is right now, that is a risk that, unfortunately, again, it's like any risk when I go outside, right? There are certain risks that I have to be aware of that could happen. And even though I could say, please don't stab me and take my money, somebody could probably get mad at me and stab me a second time and then take my money still, right?
Yeah, sure.
So,
Sure. Yeah. So it's definitely a risk mitigation strategy. So basically what's going to happen is you're going to have a way higher percentage of you getting out of that situation unharmed if you do say something. But there has been something that has been learned by some individuals that they don't want to say no because it's already happened to them in the first place. So they think the probability is higher that the individual isn't going to just either stop or not do what they don't want them to do.
Yeah.
So it is good to say, yes, we need to kind of steer you in the right direction when it comes to saying no and speaking up and doing that types of thing, because the actual probability of you saying no and them stopping is a lot higher.
Yeah, and I think like generally like establishing boundaries in any kind of like relationship or like anything, like it's very important, right? Like so yeah, I can't really argue with that.
How does this play into let's say girls going out and dressing a certain way? Like when people say, "Oh, you were asking for it," is that kind of a?
I don't think that's correct. So when a girl goes out, she should be able to dress how she wants. However, again, something that I would say to any girl that I'm friends with or any girl younger than me that I care about, I would say, you know what, you should go out, dress how you want, enjoy it, and appreciate your own body. But be aware that there are going to be people who may reach out and take it as an opportunity to grope you, or may reach out, take it as an invitation, even though they're wrong. They're 100% wrong. They should, they will take that as an opportunity, right? Or an invitation. So it's just about the world that we live in. I mean, I want it to be where we can not expect these types of things, but it's just the way it is right now.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, it sucks. I would like to go take my car and be able to leave it unlocked anywhere, but I can't do that in certain locations. And so there is going to be a higher risk in certain locations depending on what you do, which sucks. It does. I would love for everybody to just be able to do whatever they want and no harm to come to them.
Sondsol, what is this poll going up?
We have another 5 minutes, but we can go ahead and move on to the next topic if we've come to a natural conclusion here. Let me see.
Well,
here.
it depends. Do you want a meme or do you want to talk serious?
Well, I mean, I'm letting the conversation just go wherever you guys want to take it.
Okay, so ladies, look, you gotta take some responsibility for the kitty cat. Okay, men are not born with the means to be able to produce fucking money. You know, from the when you turn 18, you can actually turn that thing into a moneymaker, right? We had lots of songs, right, about shaking that ass and everything else, right? So men don't have.
Keyword can. You can.
So you do have to take some responsibility for the fact that you do have this thing, and if you're going out into public, doing things that make yourself more safe are just smart, right? Whenever I go into the woods, right, and there's a possibility that there's going to be a mountain lion or a fucking bear or something like that, I might bring some extra things with me. Understand that every woman should from the start understand that not all men are the same, right? There are good men and there are bad men that are going to do things. So you have to prepare yourself for the worst case scenario, right? So yeah, it's one thing to, there is like the side of if you are dressed a certain way, right? Like if I wore a police officer's uniform and somebody ran up to me, right, and said, "Hey, officer, can you help me?" Like, I'm not a fucking cop. But if you're dressed like a hooker, right? Well, some people might think you're a hooker. So I'm just saying, you are responsible for yourself and how you present yourself.
Hot crowd. Any response?
I do have to say though, that
I just feel like you put like a slightly conservative spin on what Stardust said.
So yeah, I think that we can also take a look at this and say, women can dress pretty provocatively, and people might think that they're a hooker. But I think it is important to notice that a man can dress provocatively and not necessarily be taken as a hooker, right? So it's a very interesting.
I think you can go out to. I think you can go out completely butt naked and expect no one to sexually assault you.
I don't know. I
don't know about that one. But
I put the Speedo pic out over the summer. You wouldn't believe some of the replies I got.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did they think you were a hooker, CTV?
Let's just say there were some offers in the DMs. Okay.
Are they trying to buy the truck?
The Speedo, like how much?
Just tell us that
Good
Danibo
Lord.
wanted to see
Good Lord.
what was underneath the Speedo.
It wasn't Danibo.
It wasn't Danibo? Ah, man, that was
No.
my first guess.
No.
And my only guess.
Look, I'm not trying to out you right now, Sondsol, but you're riding that line right now. Okay.
Listen,
I don't know, I
buddy,
think we all
I hit you up in DMs for the suit that you posted. Okay, I don't need to see. That's what is dapper to me. Okay, the suit.
I got
not
you. I
the
got
Speedo.
you. So I got them coming from every direction, right? Regardless of what I wear. What am I supposed to do about that?
Couldn't say. We have 2 minutes left in this round. I want to go ahead and throw out there. Let me see here.
Let's see.
Does cum actually have protein?
Does it? Well, it's high in zinc.
The
I
next
think.
debate topic. Holy shit! Jesus Christ, Sondsol, what's wrong with you? God, thought my
Listen,
chat was bad.
It's not as high in protein as you would think. It's actually very high in zinc. So if you have a
Blue
zinc,
ball?
Why do you know this? Hello?
Does the pineapple thing work?
yes.
Oh.
Yeah, your diet will absolutely.
noted.
Yeah,
Damn,
no,
we
your diet absolutely affects the taste of your cum.
You just figured out a reason to actually go into the kitchen.
Dude, look,
I'm just
this
messing
joke
with
is
you.
made all the time. My kitchen is right there. I literally am in the kitchen all the time.
Good.
Force feeding her boyfriend pineapples.
Okay, Reswitch, can you get me the link to the next? Okay, I'm gonna call this topic. I'm gonna post the poll in my chat. Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you.
No, sorry, it was my Control V was fucked up. 1 second. I'm posting the poll here. Remember, chat, to keep, not kick. Copy, paste. There we go.
Oh, look at that.
Well, let's see some of that action. Shove it down his throat. Oh no, he's not. Oh god, he's
What
not. Gonna...
the hell?
I thought this was going to turn into an eating stream.
No, I didn't get the explicit permission of the host.
Well, if it did, it started because of me.
Okay.
True.
The next topic that I want
Why'd
to
you
bring
put
up.
them back? Sorry.
So sorry. The next topic that I'm going to bring up is Kanye West has recently been talking on Twitter a whole lot about his ex-wife Kim Kardashian and how much he loves her and his child. My question is, should we be giving him any attention while he's going through manic episodes? Is it unethical to watch him, kind of catch fire and burn to the ground? Or is it, because he's a public figure, totally fine? I'll start off by throwing it to Scarfo.
I think I'm going to use a word that I just learned today. We need to stop infantilizing individuals, whether or not they have a big audience or a small audience. We would do this to somebody that we see out in the streets. Why wouldn't we do this to celebrities as well? So we need to stop putting these unrealistic expectations on these individuals and give them special protections and just kind of let life play out.
All right. Next, I'll throw it to Stardust.
I'm so
Stardust?
sorry. I'm so sorry. I zoned out. What were you guys talking about?
The topic is Kanye West. Should we? Is it unethical for us to, give him a lot of attention while he's undergoing some sort of manic episode? He's been tweeting a lot about Pete Davidson and Kim Kardashian recently, even though Kim Kardashian and him are divorced. He was in a relationship until he started tweeting about how much he loved Kim Kardashian, and his new girlfriend probably didn't like that very much, so they broke up. And everyone's just kind of, watching the train wreck in slow motion. So is it unethical to give more attention to that than is needed?
I don't think we can really do anything about it. I mean, I don't know. I loved Kanye's music. I don't like the way that he's been treating Kim Kardashian or his children lately. Yeah, I mean, if you can help it, try not to give him attention, but I don't know that there's much we can do since this is kind of like in the hands of the general population. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Next, I'll throw it to Introverb.
I'm also very resigned on this, and Scarfo, I totally get your take and agree with it, which is infantilization. Very good word, by the way. We definitely shouldn't give him like special treatment because he's being emo right now, just because he's a celebrity. I was really emo in high school through a lot of my breakups, and I didn't get special treatment. But at the same time, like, we should keep in mind that there are probably a lot of people telling him to like fuck himself on Twitter, etc. And that can be rough. I don't know. It just seems like it kind of fucking sucks to be in his shoes right now in general. And like, I have sympathy, but at the same time, I don't like, I just don't think it should be an issue that the general public like has this much like insight into and say in. But then again, that is our current society, and I'm like a little resigned on this as well.
All right, Yas.
Sondsol, have you ever heard the song "My Life Was Never Easy" by Kanye West?
Don't know that one.
Okay, well, I gotta say, it's a fucking banger. When you have the time, please look it up and listen to it. You know, if the price to pay is, you know, their personal lives being completely invaded, to get that high caliber quality of music, you know what? I'd say just let it happen. I'd say it's worth it in my eyes. So, yeah.
Okay. And lastly, CTV. After CTV gives his intro, we'll look at the results of the poll, and then we'll start the 10-minute rounds.
What was the question again?
Kanye West is probably undergoing some sort of manic episode, and he's kind of making a fool of himself and everyone around him on the internet because of mental illness, in bringing his wife and child into it that probably don't want to be involved in the public eye. Is it a bad thing to give any attention to that? Is it unethical? Is it something that we ought not do, et cetera, et cetera?
Oh, that was a way better framing. Sorry, go ahead.
It sounds like getting involved with something like that, if it's not directly related to you, would be tantamount to getting involved in gossip, which really isn't such a great thing to be getting involved in. So, you know, it ultimately, it doesn't really interest me, which is why I'm unaware of it. So I just, you know, it is what it is.
Alrighty. And with that, we'll look at the results of the round that just wrapped up, if I can get to the correct window on my computer.
CTV1.
CTV1?
Introverb and Stardust somehow in the bottom two.
Okay, let's see here. Let's start the dramatic music.
Bum, 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 bum. I'm going to play it for myself, you know? I'm not live or anything, but I feel like it'll add to the moment.
All right, CTV, you have the choice.
Oh, I didn't even realize it's 8:22. Sorry.
Introverb or Stardust? Make y'all's cases to him.
So Stardust, do you want to say or not?
It's up to you guys. You know, it's up to you guys. Yeah. So, I appreciate being here though. Thank you for having me. And yeah, but I do think Introverb gives some great stuff to the panel. So, yeah.
Very nice.
Introvert, what do you have to say for yourself?
I appreciate your words. Also, I know that I'm not as informed as you. Most of my takes are coming from like my own trying to explore knowledge area. I will get just as much from watching the rest of the podcast as I will from staying. Maybe slightly more from staying, but either way, I'm gonna stick around. And yeah, I've had a great time. I've mostly been on like not totally meme podcasts, but podcasts where there wasn't as much structure and as much like sorry, yes.
Just say the name of the podcast. Say who it is.
Sorry, yes.
Who you were thinking about.
No, when you said earlier, you were like, yeah, I do some political podcasts.
Sorry.
Just say
I had
his
to chuckle.
podcast is shit, and that the Sondsoyale is superior in every single way.
You know what?
Go.
I'm gonna go to Lowe's real fast. You finish your outro there, Introverb.
I think you guys should keep Introverb. I think that she is doing great, and I honestly, yeah, I think
This
yeah.
was decided. Stardust, heads or tails?
Ooh.
Tails.
Heads. It's a heads.
What is
That's heads. That is a
Can't
head.
see it.
That's a heads.
Okay.
All right.
Stardust.
I appreciate
Thank you
your
guys
kind
for
words.
having me. I very much
Thank you
appreciate
for
it.
coming.
Yeah, please, guys, I enjoyed every single one of you. Please send me a friend request.
I'm a huge fan, Stardust.
Yeah.
You're the best.
Hell yeah.
Nice to meet you, Stardust.
And if you guys are free after this, I am doing like a semi-open thingy for content creators. So
Okay,
yeah, if
cool.
you guys, we just pretty much get blazed and chill. So yeah.
Nice.
Sounds good.
Knock yourself no more Stardust. You know I'll get your ass.
I'm sorry. What did you say?
I said don't be talking bad about yourself no more, because I'll come get your ass.
Oh, I'm not talking bad about myself. No,
I'm
no,
just
no.
telling you, don't do it. Don't. I'm
Bigger than Joe Rogan.
Okay, bigger than Joe Rogan. All right, we'll see.
Bye,
Thank you guys
Stardust.
so much. Have a great night. And have a nice rest of the show.
All right, catch you
See you
later.
later.
All right, we're in the final four. This round will conclude with 2 people being kicked off, and then it will be the final 2 people, one-on-one, head-to-head. So, we're going to continue with the Kanye West topic. Let me get the timer going.
I'm gonna start this topic
Go
by
ahead.
peeing.
Okay. All right.
E.
So, whoever wants to take it, go for it. Open discourse.
Is there anything really left to say about kind of what has happened?
Okay,
this is my
actually,
pick.
yeah.
Go for it.
No, I was gonna ask. So we have like basically people have said probably the public shouldn't be doing anything about it, but the public is like very overwhelmingly doing a lot of, or not doing, but saying a lot about it. And then so if it is the case that by default the public is going to say a lot about it, in the world where you are the type of person who wants to like have a positive impact on the situation, what would you do? Like, yeah, of course, like it's not your responsibility, yada, yada, yada. But if you did in fact want to like have a positive situation on the impact, what would you do?
Like if I
Or have a
was,
positive impact on the situation, sorry.
like if I was one person out of the millions of people that are engaged into it.
Like if you were like, oh, what do I do in response to this if I'm like not trying to be a shithead, right? Yes, has a thing,
Okay.
I guess.
I have a big thing, okay?
Yeah.
So we talk about the invasion of
lying. Stop
No,
lying. You
just-
tell your girlfriend that same fucking thing every week, and it only gets shorter. Okay.
So listen, so we talk about invasion of privacy of Kim Kardashian. I just want to like remind you guys of a TV show that was pretty big for a long while. You guys ever heard of Keeping Up with the Kardashians? Anyone heard of that show? Or
because I'm old enough to where the saying is actually keeping up with the Joneses. Okay.
So I gotta tell you, I've never watched the show, but I'll tell you what the show is. It's them just invading every private part of their lifestyle, just in a show. If you think that Kim Kardashian or Pete Davidson has a problem about fucking Kanye West tweeting about them, you're stupid and you don't understand the meta and you don't understand what they're doing is garnishing attention. We're talking about them on this fucking political podcast right now, okay? If you don't understand that this is a business marketing measure and it's a very smart one, you're just out of the loop, dude.
Yes,
These
dude.
motherfuckers, no, Kim Kardashian documented every single part of her life live in front of E! Entertainment for years and still to this day fucking post Instagram videos of like their sisters slapping each other. They don't give a fuck about their private lives. They care about attention. And Kanye West is giving them attention.
I don't know if anyone has like
Any rebuttal? I know, because it's the perfect point. I know. It's like you
I don't know.
can't.
I think most people don't care whether or not people are engaging into this type of activity. I think all four of us, maybe.
I think a lot of people would be like, "Oh, Kanye is invading their personal lifestyle," and I think that's bullshit because they've been doing that to themselves like since they've popped up in the world. Like,
And I think most of us on here agree with that. Like,
cool, I'm right.
We agree with you.
Yeah,
saying-
okay. Actually, that is true to a point. I've speaking as someone who's actually been on a reality TV show, and won it, by the way. Won't talk about that anymore. So that shit's fabricated, dude. I'm not. I agree with your point. I definitely.
These motherfuckers are in front of cameras 24/7. If you don't think any like real parts of their life leak into the production, you're absolutely wrong. It is.
No, I think that real parts of their life do leak, and then I feel like they have a certain amount of control over it because they are the stars of the show. And if something leaks they don't want, and like I swear to God, they probably review all the footage. Like they probably review the episodes before they come out.
Yeah, but they fucking live off of the drama. They're gonna like give the green light on any crazy personal part of their life because they want the attention. At the end of the day, that's all it's about.
That is true. That part of it, I definitely agree with. But if it were the case that something did like happen or come out that they didn't want to come out at this point, like they wouldn't be able to stop it. And if that is the case with this Kanye thing, then yeah, it's like kind of their fault or Kim's fault because she's like produced this lifestyle for herself and everyone expects this and like thinks that this is just the case always. But at the same time, like the general public can't tell. Like we can't tell anymore because they've like been doing this entire time. We just can't tell.
We can see parallels in other things. And so if we kind of get off a little bit of Kanye and this specific thing, but it's more of kind of the question of, is celebrities living in the limelight, does all of their stuff have to live online? So let's talk about like Johnny Depp and Blake Lively or something like that, where there was that domestic abuse where
Amber Heard,
Amber Heard. So where Johnny Depp got dragged through all of these things, lost his movie deals and all these different types of things because all of this is online and there's nothing they can do to stop it. And then it came out that maybe Amber Heard was also kind of like the actual abuser and nothing really happened to her. She stayed on all of her movies and that types of stuff. So are these types of things that they can't control kind of invading into their lives, and are they using this as kind of like ammunition?
I don't know. I mean, like, fuck. You could maybe define it as ammunition, but I think it's like a two-way street that is mutually beneficial for the both of them. I think this is the case. We are talking about them. Kim Kardashian's in the limelight again. Kanye West, Pete Davidson. All of this shit is a ploy in order to garnish attention for all of them, and it's working.
I completely agree. Also, who the fuck is Pete Davidson?
He was on SNL. He looks very weird. I shouldn't say that.
I'm just gonna Google it.
He is a weird looking guy.
He looks weird though. Yeah.
He's a weird looking guy. I agree.
Okay, cool. Okay.
I
have one person that agrees with me, so I feel like I can say it and I won't get canceled.
No, I'm on the same wavelength.
He looks weird. Wait, who is he though? What does he do? Hang on, I can
There's
just
no personality that fucking is boring as fuck and like barely a good comedian, and the only relevance he's ever gained for himself is fucking hot girls in media. That's literally all.
Oh wait, he's a comedian?
Kind of. I mean,
she left Kanye for a comedian.
Pete Davidson sells used cars.
Pete Davidson was with Ariana Grande at one point.
Yeah, basically his claim to fame is like
that's like a 20-year age difference. Sorry, now I'm just memeing.
You guys can keep on talking for a second. I'm going to give the this one to chat really quick if I can find my fucking chat. I guess I closed out chat by accident. All right.
Okay. So
also, Son, thank you so much for having this tonight. I know it's been a stressful night. I'm sorry for that, but it's been a lot of fun. I've appreciated it a lot.
Yeah, and I apologize to you guys and to people that are watching. I've been a little bit torn between concentrating on the show and also the brigading that happened to my Discord and also the other stuff. So so I apologize if I was not a perfect moderator. I'm usually a lot more attentive, but So I have the poll in chat. Vote for who you want to keep, not kick. 2 people are being eliminated from this round, and the last round will be the last 2, the final 2, head to head. And once we get the results of this poll, that's when we will choose the last topic.
STV versus PTV, dude. Let's see what happens, okay? That's the end goal I'm looking for.
Actually, BPTV, just to be clear.
BPD TV.
Oh
no,
no, too topical.
BPTV, yeah.
So, okay, this is a little off topic, but I wanted to kind of talk about it. Do you think Twitch people that had a huge viewership and it dropped down, do you think that they're going to model the same behaviors that we see with like child actors from Hollywood?
Yes.
I'm sorry, can you
100%.
repeat that?
So Twitch people that they garner a huge audience, let's say they get to 1,000 people or whatever it is that are watching them, and then they drop and they can no longer like do that anymore. Do you think that they're going to model the same behaviors that we see child actors from Hollywood?
Probably, yeah. Like
Well, I
YouTubers
mean,
that are young or
These
something?
are bad behaviors, by the way. These are like
they're bad behaviors. Yeah, I mean, but well, it's because you're doing this. You're doing the same thing for so long, and it's not okay. Sorry. Collecting my thoughts. It's not like you're doing a 9-to-5 job working in like office management, and then like that job, like your job gets liquidated, and then you go somewhere else and do office management, right? It's like you are offering a very specific service to a lot of people. And you can't just go somewhere else and redo that. Maybe if you're like a Twitch streamer, you can go to YouTube and like maybe that'll work. Probably not, because the audiences are like quite similar. But once you lose that, you not only are like losing your regular livelihood, you're losing like a big channel of self-esteem. Hate to say it, but it's true. You're losing a lot of your life fulfillment, and you're going to make questionable decisions. It's just how humans work.
Yeah, I also think that it's inevitable that when you stream and you have a large audience, your personality does change. And so this is kind of like where celebrity narcissism comes into play. Yeah. And I think that also happens with Twitch people as well. Because, I mean, you're going to find a lot of things of, if you want to be in front of a camera, you're probably going to be pulled in certain directions. And so YouTube and Twitch is one of those directions. And so you might have a little bit more of a narcissistic personality style. You want people to be looking at you and watching you. And if you can't do that anymore, you're going to be severely unhappy. And you always chasing that high that you can't get anymore.
Yeah.
Damn, dude, that's fucking deep, bro.
How does it feel, Yas?
How does it feel?
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean? How does what feel?
To garner an audience and lose it.
Oh God, that was tough, man. But no, I kind of like brought it on myself. If I wanted to do podcasts forever, I probably would be like a partner by now. But I decided I like Super Mario 64 way more because I'm based. I'm not going to give my life to this fucking platform. Okay, I'm going to do what I like to do, and at the end of the day, I'm comfortable with that decision. So that's what I'm going to do.
Make a living.
It is going to be a super weird headline when it's like, I don't know, like Ninja is like the Macaulay Culkin of Twitch. Like, that's scary.
The Macaulay Culkin of Twitch? What do you mean?
I don't know. They kind of like both have that like face frame.
Wait, who does?
I could
Sorry,
see.
Macaulay Culkin and Ninja and Macaulay Culkin. The kid from Home Alone and Ninja.
Yeah. Oh man. Do you think he looks like Macaulay Culkin?
I can see it a little bit.
Yeah, I like they have the same like bone structure.
Have you seen old Macaulay Culkin, Sondsol?
Yeah.
I have. He kind of looks. He looks a little rough.
He's got some weird cheekbones going on.
Yeah.
Macaulay Culkin's turned it around. He's looking actually like.
That's true. That's true.
Sondsol, 5 minutes have passed. I've won this. You got to call it now, dude.
Oh, sorry.
Fair.
My alarm hasn't gone off. Let me see here.
Shit.
Oh, I have 35 seconds. But
sorry.
I'll go ahead.
Sorry,
Get your last second yes TV votes in chat.
His "You're not the host" alarm is going off.
Got me.
Okay. So, wait, hold on. This
We're
is the
holding.
wrong. I think I clicked on the wrong.
I think you're on the wrong poll, brother.
I was on the wrong poll. Okay.
It's okay.
Let's see results. Okay. Right now we have CTV in the lead, with Yas TV right behind him. Then it's Scarfo and Introverb.
I mean, if you call 35 votes right behind him.
I'm inching in. We're right there. CTV. We're close. Okay.
I feel like where you're sitting, it's always about counting the inches. Probably even the.
How tall are you, CTV? How tall are you?
6 foot.
I'm 6'2", and then not 6'2". I'm 6 foot as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Introverb, Scarfo, you guys have fought honorably. You guys have argued to the best of your ability, but it was not enough to stay to the final round. But you did make it to the second to last round, which is still pretty good.
Honorable.
I will go ahead and Scarfo, go ahead and shout yourself out.
Yeah, thank you for having me, Sondsol. This was actually fun. I enjoyed kind of meeting everybody. The Alpha Wolf, aka CTV. Yas, as always, Introvert, love you. But thank you for having me. I'm at Scarfo on twitch.tv. Follow me or not. I'm trying to do more of consulting work of trying to figure out how people grow on Twitch. Oh,
Make your way over to the Infinity Acre Wood. We can help you out with that.
No, I'm consulting people of how to grow on Twitch.
Yeah, like I said.
Other way around.
Yeah, like I said.
Okay,
We can help you out with that.
Yeah, for sure. But hey, thank you for having me, and you guys have a great rest of the night.
Absolutely. Catch
See you,
later, buddy.
Scarfo, man. Later.
Bye.
All right. And Introverb, if you want to shout yourself out. And also, we're going to have to fucking have a conversation because you were on a reality TV show, and that sounds very interesting. So, if
Oh,
you
it's a
wanna-
whole fucking thing.
Yeah, I'd love to hear that story sometime. But yeah, go ahead and
Sure,
shout
yeah.
yourself out.
Yeah, I'm Introvert. I sometimes stream on Twitch. You can catch me on lots of podcasts, and I'm here to chill, here to have fun. This was really fun. Thank you so much for having me, and I hope to see you guys again.
See ya.
Alrighty, catch you
Hey,
later.
Introvert. Hopefully we'll catch you over in the IAW sometime.
All right, I'll check it out. See you guys.
Bye-bye. And then there were
Well.
two.
It was just me and CTV. I gotta say, for the people in chat, there's a new CTV in town, and I gotta say, more like PP TV, if you ask me. You can go with your thing, son. So go ahead.
All right. So for the final round, I asked chat for suggestions on what the final topic should be. I have picked three topics out that you two will choose what you think you will argue the best on. The first one, flat Earth. Is the Earth flat or is it a globe?
I picked that one.
The second is, do men or women have more privilege today and why? And the final one, was January 6th a protest or an insurrection?
Okay, I picked the first one. Flat Earth.
CTV?
That's fine with me.
Awesome.
Flat Earth.
We'll let him pick his poison.
Sick.
All right. What position are you taking? Are you a flat
Me-
earther?
Neither of the two. I'm a snow globe earther, baby. Do you want me to explain that? Should I explain to the chat what that is, and should I kind of like, because you guys probably
Yeah,
aren't
I'm
familiar with
hey,
this.
listen, this is y'all's final topic. We have 7 minutes on the timer. Go for
Okay.
it.
So to start off, space does not exist. It is fake. Okay. So with that in mind, the Earth is not a globe, and it is not a flat surface. What it is a snow globe. Okay. So if you can imagine, a flat surface with a dome over top of it. Okay. This is the real model of the Earth, and if you took even 7 seconds to looking into it, you would be able to conclude this for yourself. Okay. So, why is the Earth in a snow globe? The reason being is because of the trajectory of what is the curvature of Earth. Okay. I will get into this topic more. I would like to hear CTV's stance before we get into it.
CTV?
Well, can you repeat the question one more time, Sondsol?
Basically, Yasiv is a flat earther, and I assume you believe that
I'm
the
a
Earth
snow
is
globe
round.
earther.
Well, it's kind of the same thing.
It's not even close to the same, son. So please don't misrepresent me on your own show.
Yeah,
Okay.
please. Yeah, so Sondsol, if you would just repeat the question, if you would.
The question that I asked was, flat Earth, is it flat or is it not?
Okay.
But I am letting the contestants choose the topic on this one. If we want to switch it slightly so that we can have the
that's
conversation.
fine.
All right, go for it, buddy.
It is fine, right?
I'm just gonna let you guys go for it for the next 6 minutes.
So since we understand the question, right, and you choose a position that is not available, right, in the question,
No,
didn't
correct.
answer
No,
you
it's the
didn't answer
correct
the
answer.
fucking question. You
I
answered it.
hey,
You didn't
CTV, I answered it. I answered it. Hey, I'll tell you, CTV, I'm not one of these. I'm not one of these. I'm not one of these bitches on. No, I'm not gonna do it either, brother. I will do this. We can do this for the rest of the stream. No, you continue to me talking over you. It isn't gonna be a thing I deal with. We can talk for the rest of the day. This can be the whole.
All right. Hold the fuck up. I'm about to mute, motherfuckers. I thought you guys would stop, but you motherfuckers aren't stopped. All right, YasTV, go.
Okay, so
Why does he get to go? I didn't get my fucking open.
Wait, did you not?
You never got to go. Let's
Okay,
CTV
fucking go then, motherfucker. I thought that you sat there and you moaned into your mic.
Interrupt me.
All right, go for it.
Go ahead.
Good. Now, since you took a position that's not actually available to the question,
I answered the question correctly.
I
answered the question.
Let him finish his fucking intro, Yas. Fuck me.
Okay.
Go.
So since you chose a position that's not applicable to the question, right? My position is, of course, right, that the Earth itself, right, is a what is the? It is a globe.
Oh, this globe tard, dude.
It's a globe. I get to finish my shit. Shut
I muted him.
up. Just shut your face, right? Look, I realize that it's a sad life for you. You got a face that only a mama can love. Okay, I got it. Okay, but that doesn't mean that you can't sit there like a good little boy and listen when the fucking grown folks are talking, right? So the Earth is a globe, right? The way that it formed, right, was from all of the interplanetary fucking rock that started smashing together, you know, and ended up forming the Earth, right? And then one came in and hit the fucking side of the Earth, and then it ended up forming it around, and it's the moon. That's why it looks all cheesy like it does now, right? So it's a fucking globe, right? You can illustrate this by conducting a very simple test, right? If you take two glass cylinders, right, and you pull all of the air out of them. If you take a rock and a feather, right, and in a vacuum environment, right, the rock and the feather will fall at the same rate towards the Earth. Do you know why? Fucking gravity.
All right,
It'll
I've
happen
unmuted
the
him
same
because you've
way
taken up half of the time
all over
here.
the planet.
So
all over the planet.
Okay, hey CTV, can you tell me what the curvature because you said you're a globe guy, right? Can you tell me what the curvature formula for the Earth is?
Yeah, it's about half a square root past the intelligence level necessary for you to be involved in this conversation.
So it's 3.5 square feet per mile squared. So with that in mind, if you were to go,
repeat that, say that again. What the fuck did you just say?
It's 3.5 feet per mile squared. So
Okay.
if you would to do that, that is the curvature formula for the Earth that we live on, based on NASA. Okay, so if you were to take these like numbers and you were to apply this, if you were to go about 3,000 feet in the air, not even 3,000, if you were to go about like 1,000 feet in the air, you should be able to see the curvature of the Earth based on those numbers. What do you mean no? What does that mean? Debunk it. Tell me why you're saying no.
Debunk it?
Yeah, you're making a weird noise. You're like, oh no, I don't know if I agree with that.
How do you want me to debunk?
Well, based off
full of shit.
Based off of the noise you made, I would assume that you have some kind of discretion. No, I'm trying to, but you made a noise. Okay, then I'll keep going. So based off of the numbers that I have here and I presented to you, at about 1,000 miles or maybe like 1,500 up, you should be able to see some kind of like curvature. However, if you look at cameras that are displayed on the top of weather balloons, well, CTV, tell me, where's the curve?
Yeah, see, so chat, right, to begin with, he said 1,000 feet. Then he went to 1,000 miles. Notice how he doesn't even know what unit of
No, I said 1,500 feet.
As much as
1,500 feet is
right? It's obvious that you've probably been trying to tell your girlfriend that that's 6 inches too, right? So
my dick is broken and it's 4 inches. Okay, so don't try to like high road me, mister.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you know yourself, right? So what you should also know. What you should also know is like a place in the interstellar galactic fucking universe that we got going on.
You know what broken, bro.
So since we have a globe, right?
I know, it's amazing. You can't defeat the globe.
What are you even saying, dog? Old man, what are you talking about right now? What are you on about?
What are you talking about, right? Are you not familiar with the studies?
You can't. I just gave you numbers and data, and you started talking about this weird shit, bro. Why don't you refute the actual point that's at hand, CTV? Can you fucking talk about what's at hand? Is it possible for you? Maybe.
I mean, it's wholly possible, right?
I don't know if it is, bro. In the conversation we're engaging with right now, I don't know if you can even listen to me, bro. You're in your own world. You're in La La Land, dude. You're in a fucking cloudy sky. What's going on with you right now, bro?
I'm actually in the Infinity Acre Wood in the Wolf's Den. Right, that's where I'm at.
In the Wolf's Den, I might have to join that shit. Are you gonna deny me if I try to join?
Nah. We need Ass TV, I guess.
Ass TV versus PPTV. You smell like piss.
See, this is why your theory falls apart, right? Everyone knows that you can't actually smell smells through the internet. Otherwise, everybody would be smelling.
No, but I can reasonably induct how you smell based off of like a few characteristics of yourself.
And what is it you think I smell like?
Potpourri.
Potpourri. A minute ago it was pee, now it's potpourri, right? So you don't even know what the fuck you're talking about.
Wait, hold on. Inconsistent CTV. Potpourri has two P's, dog. What do you think I'm saying when I say PP? Potpourri. P-P-P-P.
Oh my God.
Are you listening to the conversation? Like I said this 2 seconds ago. You're not able to listen, bro.
You're actually not even in the same conversation. It's like you say a thing, and then, like the thing that you said before doesn't matter, right? I keep running into this. Like
you can't even be logically consistent. You haven't responded to my first argument. What do you mean?
Repeat all this dumb shit that I keep hearing from you.
Why can't we see the curve from a weather balloon?
You can.
No, you can't. Okay, I'll link you a study. Go ahead. Hey, yeah, you sit there, you say, we can. Guys, everyone listen in the chat, everyone here, he said, we can. All right, let's see what this globe guy really has to say about the globe. I don't think he knows a single fucking thing. He's talking about gravity, bro. Gravity? You mean the magnet placed below our surface? Are we done, Sondsol? Is this over yet?
I didn't want to interrupt y'all's back and forth there. It seemed like the combat was really fierce. Right now, I have a poll going on in my chat only for the final two. Choose the winner in my chat. If you want, I can post.
CTV guys, have some integrity. Don't come from his chat and vote. Let's have this be a real thing.
No, I'm encouraging them to come to my chat and vote.
Why? Because you want fucking an extra 50 viewers for 3 seconds, dude? Come on, let's have some integrity here, Sondsol. Come on, let's be real. Let's have the undistinguishable, honest, true vote right here.
Right now, we have Yas TV in the lead with 15 votes to CTV's 10. Remember,
feels like this means a lot to you. Yes. Do you really need this?
CTV, if I could beat you right now, I could die happy.
Really?
I see you as like one of the top dogs in this arena, buddy. Honestly, I see you as like one of the hard hitters. And honestly, to be in a final top 2 with you, I know we've been going back and forth pretty hard, but I gotta say, it means a lot to me. It really does. What do you think?
You think this has been hard?
I don't know.
For you, probably. Yeah, that's right, buddy. Listen, I never falter. I never back down. Okay. I'm a goddamn stand-up comedian, brother. Okay. You think this is too hard for me? I've been booed off stage. I've had tomatoes thrown in my fucking face. All right. This is my life.
So.
That's right.
Tell me, for the inaugural episode of the Sondsoyale, did you guys enjoy your time here? Win or lose?
I think we had a good time.
I don't know. Sondsol, did you really mean to soy out so much about the Britney thing though?
They were doing rape threats on
that was a lot. It was actually a lot. There were people being messaged and shit. I think I agree with his decision there.
They were literally threatening to rape people that were on my panel and saying racially charged things, and not just racially charged, but just straight up slurs in the other chat.
Do you have evidence that she was
Yes,
the one
I
actually
have.
putting them to task?
It was
I
pretty fucked up
messaged
from what
her,
I
and I
think.
can give you the fucking screen caps of me saying, listen, you have a bunch of fucking right-wingers in your chat. You have to get them under control. You're going to be either banned off of Twitch or kicked from my fucking panel if they keep on fucking saying racist shit and rape threats.
Yeah.
And she
but how
didn't
is she
fucking...
supposed to how is she
By
supposed to
having
control
mods...
that, bro?
How do you keep people from saying the N-word in your chat, CTV? You either
Yeah,
ban them,
but if they're
or
doing
you
that-
have mods. I'm not trying to be mean to her. If I wanted to be mean to her, I would have called her out in front of everyone from the very beginning.
I don't know, man. That just the whole thing seems like it's completely outside of her control, and then to hold her responsible.
It's not,
for
because
it,
you know what? I've had all
I
the
don't know,
people
man.
that were upsetty spaghetti from her chat coming into mine and saying some racial slurs in my chat. And you know what I did? I just fucking banned them.
Oh, I mean, you see what I did? I started banning motherfuckers over in your
Yeah,
chat.
and she,
you know what I mean?
she wouldn't do it. If they're going
you
to,
have to moderate. You have to moderate some. You have to moderate some.
and I
You
don't
can't
want
let
people to
fucking
be
go.
like fucked up. If I have this panel every fucking week, I don't want people to be thinking, you know what, if I go on that panel, then like if someone's like being fucking crazy, they bring crazy people on there, and the crazy people's chats fucking brigade, and I don't want to have to be brigaded by a bunch of racist people that are threatening to rape me. Like, I don't want that to be the reputation of my fucking show, right? If she had just like fucking, you know, modded 3 people to stop people from saying racial things, I probably would have just said, okay, well, you know what, she has this guy that's kind of helping her out when I didn't put a rule contingency in there. Good for her, but nah. Oh man, wait, hold on. I just saw the results of the poll. From out of fucking nowhere, Yas TV pulls ahead with exactly 20 more votes than CTV. 54 to
unprecedented victory.
34.
This is by definition a David and Goliath story here, folks, and I am living proof that you don't have to be the top dog. Okay, you don't have to fucking be the leading man. You can be a man like Yas TV, and you can rise from the fucking ashes, bro. You can rise. You can topple the tower. We're leaning over you, and I gotta say, thank you for the votes, buddies. Listen, CTV, you're a fucking worthy opponent, buddy. I love you to death. Honestly, I'm a huge fan. I'm really glad that I got to do a one-on-one with you, but goddamn, does it feel good to win my first thing in my entire life, dude. They stole the Homecoming King from me.
Okay, Yas, you're not streaming right now. Why the fuck aren't you streaming?
I'll go live.
Yeah, because the winner gets a raid. Why the
Sick.
fuck aren't you streaming?
Because I hosted you, buddy. I wanted to be all in. I didn't want to talk to my chat. I wanted to be here for you, man.
You know what? Fair point. Go live right now because I have to end stream.
I'll go live. Hey guys, twitch.tv/YasTV. You'll be here in a second. I run Mario. I do political podcasts. I do call-in shows. CTV. I fucking love
Hit the
you, buddy.
live button.
I'm going to, brother. Give me a second. Okay.
I have to
All right.
pee
Sondsol.
so fucking
Sondsol.
bad. Yeah.
I have to.